down with BCP? The following content is intended for a mature audience. Only viewer discretion is strongly advised. Yeah. To the tune of OPP, minority by nature. No time for idle chitter chat and petty iterations. Teaming to me exponentially like I'm Barack's inauguration. Erratic calculations, nah, I runs the infinite. Only way I slow me down is with some calcing by a limit. They might no longer show the work, the answer self-evident. Some truth should be proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence. Things not instantaneous can be approximated by adding up our changes till everything integrated. Word to my partners in calculus. Yo, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radiannually. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo. Yeah.
What is up, my man Sriram? I don't know.
What is up, brother?
I don't know what's
Watching you dance makes all of the day's problems just dissipate, man. It's always always a joy.
With me then. Let's do this shit.
Thought it would be kick the riddle, run DMC style. I'm Beastie Boy, steadily been beastin' boy.
I played in a metal band, man. I'm the last guy who should dance to anything.
You're like, I can't dance to that hip hop shit, man.
I can if it's a dark bar and half the spotlights are broken and no one's actually watching me. Then I'll go into my corner and do so.
Oh man, listen. I don't know if we're on like the wrong broadcast or something, but I see Carl in chat. I see Foster in chat. I don't see PJ, but nobody's here, and I don't know what the hell is going on right now. We've got. Well, hello, Carl. Thank you for joining.
Mr. Carl.
Welcome in, gentlemen. Welcome in.
You too, sir. It's been a while since I've seen your face, man. Good to see you again.
It sure has.
You're choppy, bro. Your video is choppy.
Still?
Yeah. Did you have technical difficulties too, or what? What's going on?
No, I was eating. Let me see if I can reset my camera then. 1 second.
Okay. So I don't know where the hell Foster is and PJ is, but I'm glad to have you, Shri, and Carl here tonight.
And thank you for having me as always, man. This is a pleasure that I don't take for granted. So anytime you got room for me, I'm at your guys' disposal.
You are one of our greatest friends of the show, and we appreciate the hell out of you. So you are welcome whenever you want to join us, man.
Yeah. And the feeling's mutual, and I still am broken by the fact that we can call each other great friends, and we have yet to actually shake each other's hands in person, man.
It will happen. It will happen. I promise.
Yes, sir.
Now that I got my bucket list car, I will be driving home soon enough to see you and all my.
Oh, yes. How has the car been treating you? I meant to ask you.
I have no sound from the audio, so I had to drop it off at Ford a couple of days ago, and they're like, "Well, we can't fix this because it is an aftermarket product." And
oh man,
I was like, "Yeah, I knew you couldn't do that. I figured you would say that same exact thing." So now it's on to road number 2 to fix it, but I will get it fixed. It doesn't matter. I have my car. The audio system means nothing to me right now because, quite honestly, it's so loud because of the aftermarket exhaust. I could probably barely hear the radio anyways. So
does your Mustang have like the slatted open back as well?
On the back windshield or the back window?
Like is there a windshield on the back? Whatever you'd want to call it.
Yeah, there's a back window, but there's no like the slotted thing, nothing like
Yeah. Whenever I'd see that, it was for Mustangs. It was that feature, and when it had the 3-panel lights that would go 1, 2, 3 for your turn signal, I
Mhm.
always thought that was the coolest shit.
Oh, I didn't show you the pictures, huh?
I guess not.
All right.
Yeah, it looks pretty effing badass, man.
Let me
And you do need to get that goddamn stereo fixed because there is no sense in popping in our Vanilla Ice CDs until you do.
yeah, I agree, man.
Well, Shorty is the one who spun up today's stream, so he might be listening to Young Thug. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Fair enough. I
What's
have a
up,
feeling a
Carl?
lot of our audio listeners, video listeners, have not heard of him either, which is fine.
What is up, Carl, man? Like, how are you doing tonight, man? It's been a while. Haven't talked to you much lately.
I'm okay. I mean,
Yeah, everything good? I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat some pizza while we're talking in the opening monologue of the show.
you are
And-
going to?
Yeah, Nancy's Pizza, by the way, deep dish.
How'd you get your hands on that? Is it frozen?
No, I drove an hour north of Atlanta, or of me, in my new Mustang.
So you drove an hour north of Atlanta in a new Mustang. Did you see James Pierce Jr. by chance?
No,
Do you have any idea, either of you, what I'm talking about?
no.
James Pierce Jr. is the first round pick of the Atlanta Falcons, who was drafted with a pick that was acquired from the Rams. So the Falcons gave up their first round pick last year, to acquire the draft rights to draft James Pierce Jr. And James Pierce Jr. was found to have domestic violence charges against his WNBA girlfriend, where he ran his car into her car multiple times. Literally has domestic assault charges against cops. Just a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. So, hate to make a joke out of that, but at the same time, how can you act like that?
That is not good.
Not at all. It is not.
Unfortunately, the price, I don't want to say the price, but what comes with the territory for those who aren't mentally prepared for what happens when you suddenly become famous, filthy, stinking rich with wealth that most of us spend 30 years trying to even come anywhere 10% close to. And, whatever happens to you emotionally from that must be, I can't even fathom. I read everything that,
Yeah.
what happened to Pierce this past week, and
Yeah.
holy crap is all I can say.
Yeah.
And just to Bearski's point, yes, he actually is a good football player. And that is why the Falcons decided to take the risk on him. And there was a risk because the character concerns were well documented in the pre-draft process before he came out. And at this point, I mean, how can you take that much of a risk? I guess if you're the Falcons, you're in that limbo state where you paid Kirk Cousins, you drafted a first-round quarterback in the same year. I guess I could see the risk. But like from the Bears' point of view now, I don't know if they should be doing that. No, he's not in jail just yet, Bearski, but I would be surprised if he was not. So
It is definitely a crapshoot. The Eagles were on the right side of it with Jalen Carter when it could have gone either way, given whatever concerns they had about him.
Yes.
He luckily for himself, to his credit, matured to some degree where he's not, his transgressions seem to be more on the field than off, at least as of now. And then we tried the same thing. Remember the defensive end that we got, or Ryan, I think it was Ryan Pace's one of his first free agent signings out of San Francisco. Was it McDonald? Was that his name? Ray
Okay.
McDonald. Does that ring a bell?
I don't know if he was on the Bears. That name does ring a bell.
That's true. He was.
We also had a linebacker from Indianapolis who was actually a really good player, but he was also one of those that was just total scumbag. I can't think of his name either.
Your
Like an
video
on-ball
is
linebacker.
creeping up majorly, bro.
Still,
Yeah.
Sri Ram, same thing for you.
For 20 straight seconds, you're in great shape. And then for 5 seconds, you are completely frozen and then back good again, basically is what happens.
Yeah.
Interesting. I can try and see if I can restart my computer. I'll be back.
I apologize because I worked until, that's why we started the show late, because I was working and I haven't even eaten dinner yet. So for anyone that doesn't know, I bought my bucket list Mustang 2014 Mustang GT. It has an aftermarket stereo system in it, and I have no audio, so I had to take it to the Ford dealership to get it fixed via my limited warranty through Canva, and didn't get fixed. And here I sit here, still trying to get through my day. And so, my point was, once I bought the car, there's a Nancy's Pizza like an hour away from me. So I was like, Nancy's Pizza is from Chicago. They have the
Wow.
deep dish pizza. They call it stuffed, but I was like, I need to drive an hour somewhere just to drive this car. So I got on the expressway. I was hauling ass, just backing off, keeping up with traffic, backing off. I was having a great time. Got there, got my pizza. This is my final piece from last week, from Saturday. And I'm eating it as we talk right now. I haven't had a chance to eat dinner right now, and I apologize that I'm being a scumbag and eating on the air. Everyone that's going to dump this, for all of you watching this in bed tomorrow, and you're going to dump this show right now because it's boring to you, I apologize, but I beg you to stick around because it's not going to be that boring for that much longer watching me eat pizza.
Well, you just be grateful that nobody takes screenshots of you eating and then comes out with a big photo of you looking like this.
Right, they run through an AI.
That's right.
Oh man, Foster is here in our own chat saying he is.
Oh, he's driving.
You driving in Wisconsin for more beer brought vagina? What's going on, bro? Can you hear me chewing, by the way?
No.
Okay, good.
Your microphone does a good amount of ambient noise cancellation. So ambience means people chomping on food, apparently.
How about now?
No. You're pretty subtle, man. You have good table manners, apparently.
Good to know. I'm not a sloppy eater. It's good pizza, man. It's well. I'll be honest. It's the best I can get in the Atlanta area.
They don't have Lou Malnati's Giordano's down there. I'm surprised, actually, for a big city like Atlanta.
No, hell no. Lou Malnati's will only do Chicagoland. They won't even go like too far south.
Yeah,
too far south of Chicagoland in Illinois.
I didn't realize that.
They won't go to Wisconsin, but they will go like a perimeter around Chicagoland, but they won't go any farther than that, man.
Is it the same for the Walker brothers and their pancake houses, or did they actually expand? Because they were all northwest suburbs, and then they went around Chicagoland to other northwest suburbs and the city. But I don't know if they actually, and they, as you know, their Dutch pancakes are like world famous. So,
no, it's something like that. No.
Huh. Okay.
It's there is literally nothing down here. Like
That's very surprising, man. I figured there'd be like a demand for it.
Like Cliff's saying, I literally have the actual Lou Malnati's recipe. I'm talking about the legit 100%. Only I put love into the pizza. So like Lou's, they take a can of whole tomatoes, and they just crush your tomatoes on your pizza, and that's your sauce.
Wow.
And then they put Parmigiano Reggiano on top of that.
Wait. So no herbs or nothing whatsoever on the tomatoes?
No oregano, nothing.
Wow.
But what I do is I take the can of whole tomatoes and I crush them all up, and I use the entire can of sauce that's been crushed by hand, and I pour all that on top of the pizza, and I get more sauce, and it's not run. I've gotten so many Lou Malnati's pizzas that it's just like runny and liquidy, and it's just like just not enough sauce, like tomatoes and sauce, tomatoes on it. Like I build it like I was gonna sell it to you, man. I build it out of love.
Wait. So you're saying when you just basically crush them with your hands. The sauce that comes out isn't runny. Is that what you're saying?
No, because they take they take a can of whole tomatoes,
Hmm.
or, stewed, and they take them out and they crush them on the pizza, and they discard the rest what's in the can. I
Hmm.
crush them into the can so it becomes a sauce. Then I pour all that sauce on the pizza, and it gives me a nice saucy, better, less runny, watery pizza. Like there's this debate in my house with my wife and I about Lou Malnati's and Uno's. Uno's on Ohio Street is the best fucking pizza that's ever been made in my entire life.
And they're the originators, aren't they?
They
If
are
I'm
the
not mistaken.
originators. Lou Malnati
Right.
worked for Uno's.
That's
Lou
right.
Malnati went off and made his own company. And here's why Lou Malnati's became so big and why everyone talks about Lou Malnati's is because they were able to franchise it correctly. Uno's
Right.
tried, but every franchise sucked a big fat wiener. Okay. The original Uno's and Duo, who are a block apart from each other, their pans that they cook the pizza in is like 100 years old. That's what makes the seasoning. It seasons the it's just it makes
Gotcha.
the crust perfect. Lou's doesn't have that. So they tried their best to franchise that style of pizza, which is not still the same as Uno's. It's thinner. It's not. Uno's is a little bit thicker. It's better. It's better. I'm sorry for anyone that disagrees with me, but it is better.
So
And
did Geno's also offshoot from Uno's, or is that just completely some other
Geno's is
guy?
more like exactly what I'm eating right now. It's more like Nancy's. It's more like a stuffed,
Ah,
pizza, not a deep dish.
I see.
So Uno's has these pans that have been around for 80 plus years or more. They're not, their franchise is not, they tried to franchise, it sucked. They put one in Gurnee where I used to live or close to, and I would go there. I was like, this is garbage. It didn't work. It failed. But Lou's, when Lou Malnati left and he became his own company, he developed the ability to franchise it better. And so he started giving this great product to more cities and towns around the Chicagoland area. But every time I've had one in the last couple of years, when I come home, it's garbage. It's like it's just garbage. So, like, I literally have I'm not kidding you, straight from the manager, the number 100% recipe from actual Lou Malnati.
Wow.
I know exactly how to make it. I've told people this a million times. Email me, I'll give it to you. You want to make it yourself? If you don't live in Illinois anymore and you miss that pizza, I'll give it to you. And
so
you can
that's
probably do
pretty.
a better job making it yourself.
That's pretty incredible. So when you come to Chicago, we'll have to go visit my folks because my parents are big time deep dish lovers. Any chance they get to go to any of these names we just mentioned, they'll take it. If you show my dear mom what you do, you'll have a friend for life, and the stuff she'll enlighten you with because she is like the greatest cook on the planet, like chef level greatest. I see a mutual benefit there, man.
So do I. Can't wait
And
to
if
meet her.
and if I hadn't given up carbohydrates 20 years ago and just been forced to just listen to all of this pizza discussion as anecdotal stuff, my mouth would be probably not watering as badly as it is right now.
Oh yeah, you lucky guy. I wish I was there. I almost got there one time. We went on a no refined flour, no refined sugar diet, smoothies with vegetables and fruits in the mornings, and we literally lost 30 pounds in 1 month.
No doubt. No doubt. It's very quick. So did you not feel like,
Best I've ever
rolling
felt.
did you not feel like carrying that momentum onwards? And
I did. And then one day I think we got this recipe for the Lou Malnati's pizza and we made it and we were like, fuck, now we're back. We're back to square one. Let's see. I'm seeing a chat here that I want to. Where is my banner for that? Okay, right here. Zapata Mateo.
Hmm.
If you would like that recipe, where are you at? I can't. There you go. Look at that banner at the bottom, Zapata Mateo. Please email that bearscountrypodcast@gmail.com. I will provide you with that recipe, my friend. Anyone that wants the recipe, I'm talking about the real recipe to Luma Lannies. All you need is like a deep dish pan. You know, I think I have like a 16-inch one. Just
16 inches. I can't even picture that, man.
it's it's the size of the real one.
That's the 16 is the diameter, yeah? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
And you like when you build the crust, you like literally the crust is different than like a normal pizza. It's like almost like clay. And you kind of build it up on the sides to make that sidewall that you get from Lou Malnati's, and
Sure.
you just crush the tomatoes and you put the cheese on first, and then your toppings, and then your sauce, and then Parmigiano Reggiano. 425 for however long. Make it. You can make it to your own flavor.
So the Parmigiano Reggiano, I'm guessing that's you go straight to the deli. You don't go buy like pre-packed or like the mass produced
No,
cheaper stuff.
I use the mass produced stuff. I don't care.
Oh, you do? Okay, okay. And that's good enough though. That does the
I don't.
does the job.
I never tried the difference. I don't know.
When they give you chunks out of those big giant wheels they have of Parmigiano Reggiano, they say nothing tops that according to them. I've never tried it myself, but
I believe it.
Hmm.
But for anyone that wants a recipe, here's I know it says if you would like to join the show, but look at the email address there. I'll send you the recipe. I promise you. You guys will respond with a gigantic thank you. Because it is literally you can it's the same recipe, but you can make it better yourself. And I thought about making a video of it.
Is this not a harbinger for you setting up a separate show for yourself where you just fill people with the wisdom of your lifetime of like what's basically grandma's cooking secrets, except grandma's cooking secrets by shorting?
That's actually a really good idea. Yeah. Because Cliff here, like Cliff is our he's our resident chef, and we used to always talk about food on this channel, but we got away from it somehow, and I want to get back to it. And I also want to get back to this amazing super chat from Alex Merling 79, $2 super chat. Caleb Williams has saved my life. Thank you for saying that, Alex, because he has saved my life too. I couldn't agree with you more, man. Let's get into that in a second after we get to our chat, who is starting to fill in here tonight. We've got Cliff, our member, a longtime member. Thank you for being a member of the channel, Cliff. You know how much I love you, man. Good friends. We've broken bread many times. Had me to his house. He's a great guy. We've got James Joseph 4267 saying, but the living probably Denzel Washington. Don't know what that means. Zappa Mateo wants the recipe. Like I said, email us, bearscountrypodcast@gmail. I'll share it with you. Tony Moy's hanging out with us tonight, saying, hey, King Buka. And by the way, what is up, King Buka? Thank you, my friend, for joining us tonight. So this is a better one. Salute everybody. Appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate the super chat from Alex Merling 79. Mr. Mayhem is here again tonight. Connie's on Archer is delicious. Like I have a half a pizza here to eat still, man. Like it's getting cold too, which sucks. I hate cold pizza. But love you guys, man. Oh, Romy, I love Rosati's too, man. Whenever I go home, it's one of the first pizzas I get. Rosati's for sure. Good stuff. You have a Rosati's by you? Oh, you don't eat pizza anymore.
But we do, and my parents don't mind it every once in a blue moon. They are so out in Naperville, where my folks live. There's definitely no shortage of pizza places, whether it's Lou Malnati's, Connie's, Giordano's, Nancy's. There's a Nancy's literally down the street. So they've been pretty spoiled. I was spoiled as a child as well by Naperville's, diverse cuisines and way too many options. So yeah, that's the only thing. There's definitely no Uno's nearby. That's for sure. We'd have to.
You got to go to the number one. There's only one, man. It's Ohio.
Yes, that's right. Yes, and I don't think I've ever been there. The first one we ever went to, when we came to this country, this would have been like '84. We went to Gino's East. That's what my parents fell in love with way back in the day, and the the memory of going down to this basically a dingy sub basement almost back then, and we weren't certain that there wouldn't be like hair in our food. That's how dirty this place was. But once we tried it, I still remember. And remember, I came from India, so there was nothing like this that had ever been experienced in life up to then. So this was definitely a mind blowing experience, and one that probably was a precursor to, yeah, we'll stick around in Chicago for the next 40 years.
Wow, that's a lot of places by you though. Like you guys,
Yes, sir.
So you got a lot of good stuff in your area, dude.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful that I deprive myself of all of it. So when you come up and visit, I'll be good company. I'll be a good third wheel for those restaurants for you.
I'm like, hey, Shri, you want to go watch me eat something?
Yes, and I will keep myself company with a really, 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 really nice glass of water and a salad.
What kind of dressing?
Ranch, of course, man. Hidden Valley, nothing like it.
Hidden? No, it has to be homemade ranch.
Oh Jesus! Now you have even more to share with me when I see you, man.
Listen, it's not this difficult. It's 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1 cup of buttermilk, and a packet of ranch.
Oh, I tried. It turned out like a milkshake, and not a good milkshake. So yeah, I don't think so.
What? It was too thick?
It was too. Yes, that also, and maybe I didn't mix it and
it just takes a whisker, dude. 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1 cup. Did you use buttermilk or sour cream?
It would have definitely been butter. It might have been sour cream.
Buttermilk. Sour cream is the dip. Buttermilk is the dressing, dude.
Fair enough.
I just made it the other night. I've been dipping stuff in it for the last week. It's the best. There's no. You can add some fresh dill to it too to make it even better, dude.
That was the other mistake I made. I added, I'm pretty sure I mistook 1 teaspoon of dill for 1 tablespoon of dill, and I ruined the entire thing.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy mess up for sure.
So since then, I've been completely spoiled by Hidden Valley, and like nothing compared to it for me. So,
oh man, well, let's get away from the food talk because it's too early for that. Everyone in chat, you guys are so awesome to be joining us tonight. Armando Lara Jr., what's up, man? Thank you for joining us tonight. This James Joseph seems to be new. He might not be, but I apologize if I don't remember you from before. Clips is this weekend I'll be making a New Orleans gumbo for some friends. Monday, my mom is in town and coming over with her boyfriend, so I'm making prime rib, normal weekday meal. Yeah, you suck, Cliff. I just wish I could be your neighbor. What is up, Minister Charles Johnson? Thank you for joining us tonight, man. My man. I hope you're eating prime rib yourself really well right now, man. You deserve it. Cliff saying Sriram Keto Thousand Island tastes great.
I've never had Thousand Island in my entire life. I think I tasted it once, and because it was so sweet, it made no sense to me to put it on salad. So, and obviously, I never ate because I was a vegetarian. I never ate Big Macs, so I never got the taste of like a properly Thousand Island.
Don't even know what a Big Mac tastes like?
I can imagine what it tastes like because I do eat like Impossible Burgers and Beyond Burgers. So if they taste anything close to that.
No, but it's too late now. A Big Mac now sucks a fat dick. Like a Big Mac in the 80s, that was the Big Mac. Like a Big Mac now is not even big. It's small. It's half the size. And it's, you know what? One time, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I got two Big Macs because I was like, oh, I really want a Big Mac right now. I didn't eat the second one. I put the second one
My
aside.
gosh.
I didn't even put it in the fridge because I knew I was going to eat it later on in the day, a couple hours later. I put that thing in the microwave for like 30 seconds. It tasted like I was eating a horse. It tasted like horse meat with plastic. It was garbage. I was like, I'm never going to eat a Big Mac again, and I haven't, because if you can't even reheat a Big Mac and
Mm.
it tastes like totally different, it's not worth eating. But in the 80s, a Big Mac was a Big Mac. It's just not a Big Mac anymore. So you're good. You don't have to
In the 90s, though, I was
miss
told
nothing.
that I did not know what I was missing by not eating Checkers cheeseburgers, especially when I went to college in the city. They said Checkers was the way to go for cheeseburgers back then.
Yeah, they were okay. Their fries are really good.
Yes, I did have their curly fry or their whatever seasoned fries.
Yeah,
I developed a problem after that where I could not stop
yeah,
leaving my dorm at like 1 o'clock in the morning and walking down to Checkers just for that. That became a
yeah,
little bit of an issue, I'd say.
yeah. We've got Low Key 1218 saying hello BCP. Hello Low Key. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Awesome. Thank you. We've also got Patty Lara. Smash like everyone. Love you, Patty. Thank you for joining us tonight. Relentless Mikey, another one of our members. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What is up, Mikey? Hope you are having a great night. I know it's kind of a weird time in the season because we're so used to being a loser that we're just used to talking about loser stuff, but now we're a winner and the season ended prematurely. It kind of feels weird. This is kind of weird to me, and we'll get to that in a second. Just want to make sure we got to all of our new people joining us. Haru Gobi saying, I make my own Big Mac. I would love to see that, man. That'd be amazing. What do you say here? You can make your own. Let's see. You can reheat a Big Mac in the air fryer. I at the time I did not have a an air fryer, so I mean, I doubt I'd try that again because I haven't had one since. It just threw me all off. Haru, thank you for joining us tonight. I don't know where the hell everyone else is at, but I guess it's just you and I for right now. So let's just get into the Bears talk, man.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And to amend, I guess what I think it was our gentleman who gave us the super chat for Caleb Williams saved my life. I think he saved our minds, man. You mentioned that this feels very weird in this off season where we didn't turn into a bunch of Ed Obradoviches, where all we're doing is cursing the last season and cursing every single player on our roster who was a bum basically, and screaming and yelling. We are in a place that I can't recall the last time we were in this place, man. I'm trying to think back to how I felt in 2006 and in 2001, after 2000, in 2002, those draft years, those off seasons. I don't know if it felt the same way. This is very, very different. It's a very unusual place to be mentally. And it's good though, because we're not going into it with grievances and bitterness like we normally are.
What is up, Steve Rogers? Thank you for joining us tonight, Mr. Captain America. What's up, BCP? Shorty, Shriram, Caleb is a godsend. You are 100% correct. That's what we're talking about right now. Is that, to your point, Shri, that I just... I'm kind of glad PJ isn't here right now because I can actually say this and not feel bad because I know how much he still loves Justin Fields and still thinks he got the raw deal and still thinks that Justin Fields could have been great with Ben Johnson. And I've had this conversation with him. I don't agree great. I think Ben Johnson could have made him a really good quarterback, but there's a difference between really good and Caleb Williams. There's a difference between really good and Patrick Mahomes. There's a difference between really good and, name your, John Elway or whoever quarterback. And Caleb Williams to me, and I don't even know. I don't have to keep going on about this. You all know how I feel about, other than maybe Astro Doug, who I've never seen before. What's up, Astro Doug? Where is that chat at? I don't see it here. Astro, there you go. I haven't felt like this since the years prior to the 85 Bears. Yes, I agree, Astro Doug. And I'm about to get that in a second. So thank you for joining us tonight. We got Richard LaFleur. I need a triple cheeseburger from Whataburger. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hello to you back, Astro Doug, and thank you for joining us, man. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and hope you enjoy the show. We are always here to have fun. We love to have laughs, and we love to talk Bears. And I was just about to say that like when we drafted, this channel started because of Justin Fields.
Amazing.
Because I thought, what's up, Rick Gonzalez? Fuck Green Bay. Let Caleb be Caleb. I love you, bro. Thank you for joining us tonight. Benjamin Williams hopping in with us. Caleb Iceman Williams is my hero. I love this talk because it's shutting down like all the haters that. Just let me get into my rant here for a second. I'm
Please.
rant, but like, I started this channel because of Justin Fields, and I thought he was going to become a great quarterback. I thought he fell. We were able to. We were lucky enough to get him with trading up. He got sacked his ass off the 9-sack game against the Browns his rookie season, But Matt Nagy got some pretty good things out of him in his first season, and then he gets the axe because he didn't. That was Matt Nagy got the axe because he decided to go away from what made him a good offensive play caller, and that's what Ben Johnson. He thrives on the things that makes him a good play caller. And by the way,
I'm not even going to get into that. I have zero thought.
That has to happen when I say those two words, Matt Nagy. Just might as well do it again.
I'm not even going to get into that. I have zero thought.
I wish you'd have the "I'm not an idiot. I know we need to run the ball" clip. I wish you'd have that.
I need to find that then. But he got away from what he did well, and then he suffered for it in his he got fired for it. And then we bring on this idiot, Matt Eberflus, and I'm just going to fast forward too. I thought Justin could have been the answer because of his talent, but then I started to see his release was too slow. Like it looked like he was processing things too slow. I started watching this kid, Caleb Williams, in college, and I'm just thinking, like, I'm jealous of the team that drafts this guy. I can't believe I'm probably going to have to just watch every game that I can get of him. And I might just watch the game he's playing in over the Bears because we suck. And I'm jealous. I'm already jealous of the team that's going to draft him. And then when we got so lucky is to have that first round pick from the Panthers, the first show we did was trade Justin, draft Caleb. And I refused to believe that they were going to draft this kid until Roger Goodell said, with the first pick in the draft, the Chicago Bears draft quarterback. There was like a 15-minute pause for me, like, quarterback, what? From where? Who? Jaden Daniels, Drake Maye? I know you're going to fuck us, or you're going to say, traded the Chicago Bears trade the first pick in the draft. And then when they said Caleb Williams, I refused to believe it was possible until that moment happened.
Wait. Up until they actually announced it, you didn't think they were going?
No, I did not. I thought that the next words out of his mouth were either the Chicago Bears trade or draft QB Jaden Daniels or whatever. And when they said Caleb Williams, I just went. And from that moment on, all I saw all over the internet was Caleb Williams is a bust. Caleb Williams holds on to the ball too much. Caleb Williams sucks. Like, nobody's seeing the bing, 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 bing fucking ball coming out of his hand. Nobody's seeing his scramble ability. Nobody's seeing his field vision. Nobody's seeing his hawk vision, his ability. Yeah, he missed some deep throws in his rookie year, but he hit some pretty nice passes, man. And most of those are in clips of the opener and the closer of this show. And and he just he went through 3 offensive coordinators, 2 head coaches. How much he broke records. He broke NFL records. He broke Chicago Bears records. Not hard to do, but they were both one and the same. And then we end up with the godsend of Ben Johnson. And now there's still some haters, but they have gone to the wayside. All they have left is the completion percentage. Well, you know what? It's going to get better, man. And I think I said last week, it's possible that we're going to go 8-0 this season before anyone even blinks. And we might lose 2 or 3 games next year because I think we're just going to be on a roll, especially because we're going to have most of our offense together. We're probably going to have a lot more rebuilt defense coming into next season, but the offense is there. It's there. There might be some contract restructuring, but I don't think they're going to get rid of too much. You know, they may trade a DJ Moore for a Max Crosby or whatever, but I don't even think that's going to happen. But if it does, then fine. And fuck Green Bay, Tony Moy. Fuck Green Bay. Unbreakable. Nobody. Thank you for joining us again tonight. Nobody has called Caleb Williams a bust in here ever, but you've seen it all over Twitter. The only reason why I ever even got into Twitter was because I started this channel, and then I just got so fucking frustrated with it. It's like, what are you guys looking at? What are you seeing with your own 2 eyes? You're seeing greatness, and I said this all in the beginning of the season. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the process. And look what happened. Look what happened. We should have won the Super Bowl this year with the way the season was so special. And that's kind of another side point we can talk about later. But like, I think that it should have happened this year, because then you become the Chiefs and not the Bills. You become the Chiefs and the Patriots, you know, of the Tom Brady Patriot. You win a Super Bowl with your second-year quarterback and all that jazz. It was just you're right, Mikey. It is a dumpster fire, man. Twitter is a fucking dumpster fire. I'm on a long-winded rant, and I apologize, but this is, again, for the 100 millionth time I've said I've invested so much money into Caleb Williams rookie cards, because I said to myself, do I truly believe he is going to retire the greatest Chicago Bear of all time? Yes. Do I think he is going to be a bigger name in Chicago in 15 years than Michael Jordan? Yes. And look what we're seeing this year so far. I actually made it right here. It's right here. I made it myself before you're seeing it. Look in the upper right hand corner. The Caleb Williams Iceman pose. It's the jump man pose, but with a football.
Nike needs to talk to him very quickly and set up some licensing, man. That's what needs to happen. They need to get into football cleats more than basketball shoes.
Yes, he needs to coin football shoes.
Yes, agreed.
Nike needs to come to him with a Iceman deal for that Iceman logo on their fucking cleats. Everyone's wearing.
I wouldn't complain. I have a couple of things, if I may, unless you had more, because I enjoy your rants. I want to hear them.
I'm done. You can speak.
All right, fair enough. So you brought up a lot of great things. One was I was in the same position as you with Justin 3 years ago. If I was in your shoes, me thinking what I thought about Justin when I saw his college highlights, and even the first few preseason plays he had when he was after we drafted him, there was for me no reason but to be anything but optimistic that he would be the answer. Unfortunately, didn't turn out to be the case. But the reason I bring up Justin is I was on a flight back this past Sunday evening, and sitting next to me and it was right during the Super Bowl too. And so sitting next to me, flying back to Chicago, were two guys watching the Super Bowl. They actually paid like $10 for in-flight Wi-Fi and were streaming the Super Bowl during the flight. And I, of course, had no interest in watching the Super Bowl, just because anything the Bears aren't involved in, I am happy to just read about it later. So I happened to say to them, hey, you guys obviously aren't Bears fans if you're watching the Super Bowl. And then they said, no, we're actually Browns fans. There were two guys from Cleveland for some reason watching the Super Bowl on the flight back to Chicago. So that spent the next 3 hours talking football basically on that flight home. I asked them specifically about Justin because they're from, Cleveland, and they mentioned they watched Ohio State games, and that was their team. They said that even in Ohio State, he was simply nothing more than the victim of a really, really, really powerfully awesome offensive line. And he had all the time in the world to look around for as long as he wanted, and no one, most of the time, didn't get touched. And so that let him use his God-given physical abilities to chuck the ball a long way down the field with some level of decent accuracy because he had time to throw. But they said no one ever taught him how to play football, basically, is what it was. In his years at Ohio State, he didn't learn how to play football. So he came into the NFL purely raw, nothing else, and he could throw the ball a mile and run like we've never seen and evade break tackles like we've never seen. Caleb, what was interesting about him was the highlights that we would always see out of USC were more, I don't like using the word off schedule, but the highlights were not stay in the pocket and throw laser shots down the middle of the field all the time. It wasn't, and hit your tight ends all the time. It was a lot of escaping the pocket, throwing off of 1 foot, usually his back foot. And so there was, thanks to the highlight reels there, we had, I guess, reason to wonder what the hell would happen, considering our experience with Justin the past prior 3 years. Combine that with the stupid narrative that we all fell for, not all, a good chunk of us probably fell for, of the diva mentality that he was going to become like the Keyshawn Johnson of quarterbacks after he got here, to his ultimate and endearing credit, he on his own, through his own actions, not his words, proved every single one of those goddamn things wrong. Not only was he not a diva, he was probably one of the toughest sons of bitches that we've seen in God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
The number of times he got hit last year and got straight the hell back up.
Are you talking about Justin or Caleb?
No, I'm talking about Caleb, man.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, the 68 sacks and probably the countless more knockdowns. We saw him getting frustrated on the sidelines, which people made, unfortunately, way too big of a deal out of, if you ask me. But he never once sold out his teammates, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ones that got him killed up in the trenches, never once sold out shit. And he proved it through his actions. He's one of the toughest guys we've seen. And his durability was basically off the charts. How many plays did he sit out last year? Can we count?
None.
Yeah.
I think
exactly.
He's got to be the first quarterback to start 2 entire straight seasons for the Bears in how many years?
Yes,
I don't
exactly.
know how long. That's too much for me to even. What is up, Alex? My name-o. Sriram, your hair is on point as usual.
Oh my God. Well, this is the last time. This is the last time I must get it all chopped off tomorrow. I have a show on Sunday, so I need this needs to go.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that next time we see you. Yeah. I mean, he I don't even know the last quarterback that started 2 straight years for the Bears.
Yes. And remember, can you think of a quarterback we've had aside from Cutler, who sacrificed his body for the team to that level and didn't get put into the infirmary every other week? And Cutler, to credit him, he played he played until he couldn't walk anymore, basically, and there was no choice but to pull himself out of the game. But aside from Cutler and Caleb, most of our quarterbacks, if they got killed the amount of times Caleb did in one season, pretty sure we wouldn't see them the next season without another 8 months of rest and rehab for something bad that happened. He's been blessed with some a really good like skeletal and muscular system, man, as well. On top of
He's stocky. He's not a Jaden Daniels, thin and lanky. He's stocky. He's got like he rolled his ankle in that one game, and he looked like he was done, but he didn't even show a sign of that. Like after the next play,
Exactly. And the Rounds game where his throwing hit the defender's helmet, if you remember early in the game. Did you recall them even mentioning it once after that? They didn't. And
No.
the number of other quarterbacks we'll see in the leagues where we'll see announcers make excuses for them. Oh, well, he might be still getting affected by when his hand hit the guy's helmet. We never heard, and we didn't hear a peep, man. We didn't hear a peep. That all is very impressive to me, man. Very impressive.
But Tony Moye keeps giving me shit to this day because I wanted Bajent to play over Justin Fields when we had him. At the very least, I wanted him to be in on the same play like Ben Johnson did a couple times this year with Tyson Bajent. Caleb's on the same play with Bajent. I was calling for Bajent to like maybe we should take a look at him because he has a quicker release. He can see the field better. All we need is the ball to get out of the hand quicker. But Justin just kept with that long. He had this long windup like.
Right.
Like Caleb's just like king. Caleb runs around with the ball in one hand, and just get. And so I was calling for Bajent, and Tony Moye just will not fucking let me let it go. And I love you for it, man. You can keep giving it to me. However,
since Tony Moye is talking shit, I'm not going to look at you and say, "Okay, Collinsworth." I'll just keep my mouth shut.
I do want to say though that. Oh, it's muted. Hold on. Let me start this over.
I'll have some egg rolls, some ping ping dong, and I'll have some egg rolls, some ping ping dong, and
got a glass of Zach Charbonnet. What is up, Tin Pan? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Good to see you again, my friend. Yeah, I mean it's just night and day, dude. That's why it's just like I literally was just like watching this kid in college going, we've got Justin Fields. We're never going to be. This kid's going number one. We'll never have that pick. Justin Fields will have us in the 15 range, and I'm going to be so jealous of the team that drafts him. And then boom, Poles makes that trade. We end up with the first pick in the next draft. And God, can you imagine what the good to see you too, man, Tin Pan. Great to see you in with us. Can you imagine what the Panthers are thinking right now? Like, fuck. Like, we have a 5'4" little tiny middle school quarterback playing quarterback for us, and yeah, he's been playing better, but he's not. And
he's always going to be someone you got to design a good system around because of his height, unfortunately.
Yes. And we've said the words generational quarterback with Caleb Williams before he came out of the draft, and everyone was like, oh, generational. And I kept making the case for, definitely generational for the Bears at the very least.
Right.
And now you're hearing all these people, all the bigwigs, all the talking head idiots that pissed us all off before saying he's a generational talent. Because
the first since Andrew Luck, right? They said that was a name. They said the first guy since Andrew Luck that's worth it to that degree.
And Andrew Luck is he makes a good case for it. Like if he was still playing, he probably would have won 4 Super Bowls by now, or at least 2. Like Andrew Luck was up there with that. The fact that he got his bell rung too many times or whatever it might have been and just decided it's too much for me. Sometimes you lose your love for the game, but I don't see that happening with Caleb. I see Caleb being, after making $20 million with NIL money coming into the league, he already had an established foundation and accountants and business partners at that point, and his parents were smart enough to help him with all that. I mean, fuck, they were putting him in his own apartment when he was in college or in high school,
right?
Say so. Like he's that mature. That begs a question: what happens in the future with all these players that come from nothing and like grew up, eating ramen noodles their whole lives to getting $10 million in college? Is it going to ruin their career in the NFL, or are they going to see the greatness and they're so great that they can overcome making $10-20 million in college and move on to better and better and better in the NFL, like Caleb seems to be doing, because he was the first class to have the NIL, and it's going to be a great measure to see moving forward. That's a side note, but I just think that he's going to be the guy he's going to be like a Tom Brady, or like even like a Patrick Mahomes. Like Mahomes' contract is already outlasted. He's being paid less than the shittiest quarterback in the league compared to him at this moment. Whereas Aaron Rodgers, as soon as Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo wanted more money, then he was like, well, I have to make more money than them. And I can see Caleb signing like a big time contract. It benefits him, the team, the Bears, and then he can make all the rest of his money in investments on the side like Jordan did. I don't see him doing very many. I mean, you would see it more living in the Chicagoland area. How many commercials does he do? Any?
I have not seen any, which is one less than Justin with Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, and he's the only Bear not to do a Meet the Rookies since they started doing it. He was the first pick in the entire draft. He did not do a Meet the Rookies. I feel like he doesn't want to be put in the spotlight like that. He just wants to win, and wants to, and then everything that he gets from winning will make his own money on the side that will benefit him, and he knows what his number is, that he doesn't need to like be so greedy as to exceed that, right? So he'll always have enough money to do what he wants to do at a certain point, and that's just, I really truly believe that we're going to see that from him in the future, and that's what I think adds to him being so special. Him being my, as I've said a million times on this podcast, my bucket list quarterback. When I was 20 years old, this is the quarterback that I wanted. I always wanted the first pick in the draft with a generational quarterback, and the Bears to get that guy, and we just go on and create a fucking dynasty with him. And it just kept, I'm like, whoa, Dak Prescott's sitting there. Can you at least draft that? Oh, no. Tom Brady's sitting there in the 6th round. Can you draft? Oh, no, never mind. And we've never done any, not that I want Dak Prescott, but not that we would have made Tom Brady any good. Not that we would have drafted Patrick Mahomes with the 2nd pick in the draft or the 3rd pick in the draft, much less trading up 1 pick to get him. He wouldn't have been Patrick Mahomes. But we are now in the perfect situation that we got the quarterback and then we got the coach. And the coach is all that matters. When he speaks, you listen, right, Sri?
Agreed. I have never been more grateful that a year ago, or about a year and a half ago, that our not our front office, our coaching staff may have miscalculated on how they should handle Caleb. I'm not talking about Shane Waldron's play calling necessarily. I am more referring to, I wonder if, aside from maybe Ryan Poles, who was sure as hell he knew there was nothing else he was going to do except draft Caleb. Aside after that, though, once training camp and all that stuff started, I wonder if the Bears coaching staff miscalculated and handled Caleb with kid gloves because they also bought into college narratives that he was a diva and all that. And as a result, whatever messages Shane Waldron and eventually Thomas Brown tried to instill in him, they didn't do it the way that Caleb needed to be coached and probably wanted to be coached. And they probably were maybe too careful. I've never been so grateful that they were too careful, because as a result, they all got let go. And a person whose reputation preceded him in Detroit came in with big time money, knowing that it was going to be his way or the highway. That was a big deal, where Caleb knew that he was going to accept whatever Ben Johnson probably told him from day one, told the team from day one. It was a perfect storm that required 1 year of rubbish, unfortunately. But we should be grateful for that 1 year of rubbish, because it led to this.
1,000%, yes. Really quickly before we get to PJ, Rick Gonzalez saying, that's not as bad as me drinking White Claws. And you know what, Rick? White Claws keep me thin. Okay, my man. I'm sorry. Beers make me fat. White Claws keep me thin. I love you and appreciate you. What's up, PJ?
What's going on with you fellas?
PJ, how are you, sir?
I'm good,
I
man. How
was
are you?
good. I was hoping to see you more than just in the chat. So very nice. Very nice to see you, man.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for joining your own show.
Hey, I can't drive and be on the show too, bro.
Oh yeah, you drove and went to Walmart. You can. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he told me about that. What in God's name are you talking about?
His power went out in his house, so he was sitting there on the phone with us in the dark on his phone. He's like, "That's it. I'm going to Walmart to get some lanterns." I'm like, "What does lanterns mean?" What's up, by the way, Armando? I don't know if I said hi to you, man. What's up, Armando? Armando Lera Jr. Yeah, fuck Green Bay, Rick Gonzalez. Love you too, my man. And then PJ's like, I'm going to the Walmart to get some lanterns. I'm like, what is a lantern? Like, you mean like you're gonna like get some gas lanterns? He's like, no, some like LED lanterns. I'm like, oh, okay. So this guy got in the car with us, drove all the way to Walmart with us on the show, put us in the cart, and drove us around Walmart while he's looking for lanterns. He gets to the cashier, and we're like talking shit to the cashier. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Are you done with BCP? Yo, PJ asking me if he's a Bears fan. He's just like, that was fun. So yeah, you could have just put us out in the car, my man. It's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you guys as well.
I don't know where Carl and PJ or Foster are right now, but Foster.
So it's funny you joined like right now, PJ, because I don't know if you remember the very first time I joined with you guys. It was you, me, Foster, and I think one more person, but Shorty was not there with us.
Mhm.
I don't know if you recall, a good majority of our conversation was dominated by Justin, and basically our still hoping that it would all get, he'd still put it all together and the coaching staff would know what to do with him. It's very ironic that right after Shorty and I finished talking about Justin, you join us now.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a part of that conversation. I can tell you that.
Well, I kept saying I'm glad PJ's not a part of this conversation.
But I am reminded that comparison is a thief of joy. I mean,
Yeah, you said that in chat.
I think wasting too much time comparing is bad. So I don't want to steal the joy of watching the Bears with a good quarterback right now. So why comparing?
Nothing makes me happier than to hear you say that.
Well, I think he's a good quarterback. I never said he wasn't. I even said he was good in college. So
what do you think about that 4th and 4 and 4th and 8 pass? I mean, no comparison. Just what do you think about that?
I think they're incredible passes, but you don't want to count on passes like that or rely on passes like that.
Of course not. No.
I think you can get caught up in the weeds by looking at plays like that and getting caught into the allness of it and look at, okay, did he miss a guy who he could have hit when it was on time? I mean, so how can I say this without sounding condescending? I guess great plays, but I don't want to rely on it.
Let me ask you a question, PJ, about on that same note. I know we can definitely say without exaggerating that we were a couple of plays away, maybe even just one play away from being able to advance past the Rams. Had it not been for that interception, and we had tried to instead shoot for, I don't know, 10 yards down the field, 15 yards down the field instead of a home run. That was a lesson learned first and foremost, in my opinion, more so than focusing on the interception itself. Holistically speaking, mentality speaking, I look at it now, since we are somewhat emotionally removed from that moment,
Mm-hmm.
as the equivalent of game-winning shots that
I'm going. I'll
Michael
be right
would
back.
miss. Yep. I equate it to game-winning shots that Michael missed in his heyday. Plenty, and there were plenty of them. I'm sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it as similar to the interception that Caleb threw against Green Bay in that first game. When it was
Okay.
that same pass that he threw to Cole against the Eagles, he tried again against the Packers, and
Right.
that sealed it.
Right.
I am still of the mind that while it would have been really, really amazing had we dinked and dunked our way past the Rams just to get another 20 yards, kick a field goal, and end it, I am still now of the belief that those two moments I just mentioned, they had to happen for Caleb, and he had to experience them so he knows exactly what he needs to do and what he does not need to do to take that next step of becoming fully championship caliber and a little bit more formidable, let's say. And not just when there's 2 minutes left in the game, as you noted. I agree with that as well. The 4th and 4, our goal should be 4th and 4 with a minute left. Shouldn't even be there anymore.
Yeah. I think. I mean, again, the hope is that he learned. Uh, he made, he threw the interception against Green Bay late. He threw the interception in the playoffs late. So the hope is that he's learned that. It remains to be seen, if we're being honest. It remains to be seen, but that's our hope. Um, I think, though, that Ben's a good enough coach to emphasize that and make that a point of emphasis to where he should learn not to make those certain plays. I don't know. I think that when you look at Caleb's history, he's always been a quarterback to like improvise, and
Mm.
he's been really good at it. I think he just needs to do a better job of throwing on schedule. Like Tony Moy says, take the easy layup sometimes. And
Right.
if he can keep improving that, I think he will become a really, really, really good quarterback. So, but like I said, it's about growth. I think he's in a system here where he has a coach who's not going to leave to go take another job someplace, like a
Right.
coordinator per se. So he has a head coach who runs the offense, and he can learn and become more proficient within the offense. And I think it's possible, very much possible and probable. Just got to stay the course and stay disciplined enough to take the easy layups, take the simple pass sometimes. And then when you have to be great, yeah, go be great. But you shouldn't have to be great like that all the time where you have to make a spectacular play. Take the layups.
Let me ask you, because and this is, I ask out of a little bit of ignorance, because I did not watch Patrick Mahomes in year 2 and year 3 of his career, and I know what you mentioned about comparison, but this is a little bit different because I don't compare Caleb and Patrick. This is more just an objective question I have. What did you notice, if you did watch more of Patrick Mahomes than I did at the beginning of his career? Did you sense differences between year 2 and year 3 in him that were very, very notable, along the same lines of what you are describing here?
No, not really. I mean, I thought, he was pretty much, uh, has played pretty much similar. Uh, Now, to be clear, I have not watched Patrick Mahomes as much as I have watched Caleb.
Right,
But
of course.
from but what I've seemed like he's always been pretty much the same trajectory. Yeah, he probably has gotten better, but that's natural, and that's what I'm saying. I think Caleb would do the same thing. He would get better at it. It's just I just see a lot of tendencies, like I said, even when he was in college, of you know trying to make the big play as opposed to taking the layup. And my biggest thing is always when I'm watching a quarterback, them hitting that back foot and releasing the ball.
Right.
When they hit that back foot, the ball ought to be coming out. And when I don't see that, I'm questioning, why are you not releasing it? And when I see Caleb doing that so many times, it's like, bruh, what we doing? And it's not like he's completing 70% of his passes. Now, mind you, I know he has his guys has had a lot of drops, but take the simple pass more, please. That's all I'm asking. Take it more. Take the simple pass more. That's it.
Do you think some of that comes from wanting the big pass and not realizing that even trusting your running backs to take 3 yard outlets and convert them into 20, 25 yard gains, like both DeAndre and Kyle showed that they are capable, that they could do it when given the ball this year? Do you think that is something that comes with maturity, knowing that back in college, he's not there throwing running back
Yeah.
screens and outlet passes to them when everything breaks down?
Yeah, I guess I battle internally with, is it because he wants to be the hero, or is it because he thinks that's the best play? I mean, I don't know which
Mm.
one it is. And I hope it's because he uh, wants to win the game. I just, I don't know. I think he has to be a little bit more patient, like I said, in just taking the simple play. Uh, don't go big play hunting, as they call it. I I think that hurts him. I think that
Mm.
hurts him a lot. And of course, our receivers dropping as many passes as they dropped hurts him a lot too. So
Yes, yes. I thought he showed what he could be capable of in terms of what you're talking about here. Really, I think it exemplified well in the Eagles game uh,
yeah,
when he was called upon not to go and throw us into victory for the
right.
first 3 quarters, especially. And I did not see a reluctance for him to audible out of consistently uh, running up the guts and gashing them.
Yes.
What indicated to me that he's really a good teammate was his enthusiasm that game, knowing that he was not the focal point. The focal point was our offensive line, who did one of the most impressive jobs I've seen in years,
Yes. I
and
agree.
DeAndre and Kyle taking full advantage of it and gashing what was supposed to be a vaunted Philadelphia defense. And then only in the fourth quarter did we see Caleb take the home run shot,
Yeah.
rolling out to his left and making that throw to Cole. I did not see a hesitance and reluctance from Caleb on that, when in terms of accepting what his role was pretty much going to be the majority of that game. And that's what gives me optimism that his next maturity will be that, like you said, not every game, not every player requires you to be a hero. Follow and trust your genius offensive coordinator and play caller's game plan, and you're going to put the team in a good place. And then as a result, you will get everything you want out of life.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I think, I mean, and I think he's very capable. Like I said, he's very capable of doing it. And I think Ben will continue to demand excellence from him, to keep on pushing him to be better. So I think he's on the right trajectory. Uh, so yeah, it's looking good. That's why I can't be disappointed about the season. I'm not. I'm truly not disappointed about the season at all, because I'm like, the arrow is truly pointing up, and we have a quarterback in place. We have a uh, head coach in place, so it's pointing up, and just keep on with the same trajectory.
We got a newbie in here tonight. Spirito F7614 saying, dude,
Spirit of 7614.
Spirit of 70. Thank you.
No,
Burrito.
don't muzzle that TJ. I love when he pronounces things, man.
I'm listening, going spiritual. What does he say?
Spirito 7614.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Spirit of, man. Thank you for joining us tonight. He says, dude, you're totally right. He's a teammate. He's a great teammate. He thinks about the big picture. Thank you for joining us, man. It's great to see new fans. I hate that's a bad word. New chat members joining us on our show, and we really appreciate everyone who's hanging out with us tonight. There's
Absolutely.
it's not very many people viewing us right now live, but there's some new faces, and it's great to see. And just love and appreciate your support. So thank you guys.
Thank you for spending your Thursday night with us.
Thank you very much, because we're here every Thursday night, and as much as some of us don't want to be and can't be, but we always make it happen somehow, man. Every time.
Some of us break the laws of speed to get here, just to be here for you.
Yeah, Tin Pan says one of the greatest feelings going into the in an off season is in a long time, and
Agreed.
I know that what you just said was that you're not disappointed whatsoever, but I've said this before. I know I'm just a broken record right now, but Shree didn't hear this, but it's just we had it. Like this was the season. It was a special season. You don't get special seasons like this. They don't get handed to you like it kind of got handed to us this year. We got there was a couple calls we didn't get. We got a lot of good calls this year. And I just feel I was talking to my buddy last night about this very same thing. Like we deserve, based on history, those 2 third-round comp picks for Ian Cunningham leaving. Other teams have gotten them, and we're not going to get them by all accounts unless they argue it until they finally get it. But I doubt they're going to give it to them. And when that doesn't happen, that's going to push the league into I just truly believe that the league wants to suppress the Bears because they realize when the Bears become the Chiefs or the Patriots, they are such a big market of fans, not city, but fans. This fan base is the most special. Look around. I implore any one of you here in chat to go pick your top 5 teams that you think, let's say the Packers, the Patriots, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, pick another team, the Steelers. Go look and see how many Bears podcasts there are about those teams, and you will find 20 times more for each for the Bears. You can almost barely find them for those other teams. And so once they realize they've already they know what's happening. Sorry, PJ. Let me finish. The league knows what is happening right now, man. And I just predict this next season they're going to give less pass interference calls for us and more against us. They're going to have less roughing the passers against us and more for us. They're going to do everything that they can in their power to suppress us because they know when we take over the league with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, it's going to take over the world because we already have the world base. It started with the 85 Bears that took over. That's where the universal fan base of the NFL came from, was the fucking Bears. So they're going to do everything that they can to suppress that because they're trying to build a larger volume of other fan bases like the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have played there the most times in Europe, and all the other like smaller league, smaller city teams. They're going to want to build them up to get their fan bases bigger because ours is the best and it's the biggest. And if we take this over with a dynasty, then they know they're going to lose that dynasty to the rest of the teams in the league. And the owners they're all in on it too, man. And I feel like next season we're going to see more calls for us and against us that we're going to have seen in the last 2 fucking years combined. And I'm done.
Get out the tinfoil hat there, brother. The conspiracy theory is kind of rough.
No,
I will say this.
It's
I
true.
was I would say that I talk having talked to fans of the NFL who are not Bear fans, they all agree that the NFL is better when the Bears are winning. So I disagree with your premise in the fact that the Bears winning is good for the league. Uh, it's truly good for the league with the Bears winning. And at the rate the NFL is going this past year, it seems like the ratings are going down with between the NFL trying to put more games on behind paid services, the ratings are going down. So in order to boost up those ratings, you need the Bears to win. That's my belief. So yeah, it's a good thing that the Bears have a good football team. More people watch. Um, so therefore,
You're
I
kind of
can
saying
agree.
what Brian is saying here. The NFL would be stupid to ignore a Bears dynasty. They can make a fistful of money off of the Chicago fan base, and they could. But I hope you guys are right.
Jordy, one reason I love you is because you you are very raw when you propose things,
Thank you.
and that is a great trait to have when you want to actually spark a very interesting discussion from those who disagree with you. So never change that about you, my friend. That's one thing I'll say with it, especially with what you just said. You are right about the phenomena that is the Bears. Very similar to the phenomenon that was Michael Jordan. I don't know if we take both of them, ironic, like funny enough, back to the mid '80s. The NBA became a global cultural entity because of one person, and that was Michael in '85. After that, after '84, '85, we would have suddenly people in China and Japan knew what the NBA was, but it was all because they watched Michael. That was it.
Right.
If we go back to the Bears and we bring about Europe, I'm pretty sure I don't know how much of fanfare there was prior to the Fridge and the Bears in London. I don't know how much there was prior. I
There-
venture to guess that it was not much.
No, it was nothing.
And I still say that moment, that trip was has now manifested itself decades later as an actual physical presence there in Europe, in the UK, where these have now become spectacles, man. Like must see and must attend. And let's roll out the red carpet. You're not, in my opinion, you're not wrong about the impact the Bears specifically have had as a cultural phenomenon. Uh, and hell yes, we're the greatest fans in the goddamn world. And that is not because, that's not because other cities aren't good and their fan bases aren't good. There is something very different about being a fan of Chicago teams in general. And that a large part of that is we've been blessed with some human beings who played on our teams that are character level, effort level, talent level, a little bit different, man.
Hmm.
A little bit different. And
Yep.
other cities, I don't know if they have that same level. New York did, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, all of them back in the day. But since Ruth, Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, aside from Derek Jeter, how many names do you just rattle off the top of your head about the Yankees since then, aside from Derek Jeter? I have to think, okay, Jason Giambi and people like that. Same thing goes for other cities aside from like maybe Boston is the one exception. Boston's had some legends in even recent years and decades, but Chicago with both its how we talk and exist as a fan base, plus the types of players that we have revered, it's a very different feeling. But where I will enjoy disagreeing with you is that there's any sort of collusion necessarily to hold the Bears down and temper where the heights they reach, because financially and culturally, it is, I venture to say, it's almost better for the league that the Bears are good, even compared to the Cowboys. I wonder if America's team has worn out that trope.
I would agree with you on that. But back to what you were saying a second ago, like the Bears. I lost my point. Damn it! I hate when that happens. I didn't want to interrupt you. I should have written it down.
Sorry, man. All I was saying was a combination of the talent and then the types of people we are as fans and the way we revere our team.
I got it. It's that the the Bears are a special market because, you know, if you grow up in New York, it's a huge city. It's massive. It's the skyline isn't really beautiful. It just is what it is. It's a nice skyline. It's a huge city with a lot of people. You go to LA, the second biggest market, it's just like, who gives a fuck about that? Like, even their own fans don't give a shit about their teams because they're too busy playing in the fucking beautiful weather all year long. Then you have right in the middle of the country, the Bears and the Chicago land and Illinois fan base that, you know, either their life revolves around the 3 nice months that they have during the year to enjoy this, to walk outside with shorts, or they're either ice fishing or watching the Bears and or enjoying the holidays with their families. Other than that, there is really nothing else. It's the Bears. It's you've got, and the NBA and the Major League Baseball and even the hockey season is too long. The NFL season is so short that you suck it all up as much as you can in that short time frame, because it's over in a like that. Like it just was over this year again and again. And then now you have what to look forward to? Well, ice fishing now, if you love ice fishing. But other than that, you're like a hermit in your house going, what the hell do I do with myself now? So you want, it's just Bears. That's why the Bears are the biggest, the commodity in the city. And fuck talking about moving to Indiana. That's a whole other subject, because why would you do that to our fan base, especially the ones that own season tickets for all these years, generational season ticket holders? It's the Bears, man. So like when we become great, which we are on the cusp of, just the NFL they're scared of that, man, because we're all over the place. There's a show on this channel called The British Bears. It is 3 Bears fans that are all fans from 84 to 85 that are now still fans that are doing a show on BCP about the Bears. And there are fans of them that have become fans of their show that are from Europe that agree with them because of the same shit. I am a Bears fan right now myself because I was 10 years old and they overtook the nation when my parents didn't give a shit about sports. And I was getting McDonald's Happy Meals with Bear stuff in it and whatever the hell it might have been. And my parents were actually watching football. That team took over the nation. And when this new team does, look out, man. And that's why I think they kind of fear that now, because they already have a taste of it. They know what happened, but that team didn't sustain. This team is sustainable. Their head coach is forward thinking. He's 2 steps ahead of you. He's 10 steps ahead of you. The quarterback can make that 4th and 8 and that 4th and 4 throw. They are scared of that, I truly believe. What is up? What, Foster? Just plug that right into your neck, dude.
Yes, there's our young man.
What's up, Foster?
Screw you, man. Okay. I'm asking everybody for a link. I'm trying. Because I'm sitting there, I'm driving. I could go on. I've done it.
What do you need
before,
a link for?
I was on the road this whole time, man. I had an emergency. I sent the text. Nobody saw it.
No, I wasn't looking at my phone. Sorry.
My apologies.
I'm messing with you, man. It don't matter. It is what it is, dude.
No, that's my fault.
I thought we'd get a laugh out of that.
I'm the producer. I should have been looking at my phone for your texts. I'm sorry.
Foster, just to be clear, my very first ever baseball card was a Craig Nettles card, by the way. So I definitely don't discount him. All those names you mentioned, though, those are from the 80s, maximum early 90s.
Those are like the 77 and 78 World Series players, dude. Because I hate
I
hated them because they were always there.
That is true. But
I grew up with it.
But like I was saying, since then, aside from Jeter and then, like I said, maybe Giambi, how many names that just pop into your head about current Yankees where you're like, oh my God, they're legends? It's not there.
Alex Rodriguez. I'm just being a smartass.
Mercenary Rodriguez.
Nothing. If it wasn't for the Yankees, if it wasn't for the old Yankees that went to Japan and stuff and started baseball around the world, there probably wouldn't be as much following as there is today with baseball.
That's true.
Have it in South Korea and all over Asia because those Yankees teams went to Japan prior to World War II and spread the gospel, and that's why baseball is so big in Japan, just because of Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Murderers row.
Right.
Yeah, some old history stuff. It doesn't matter. I'm just some dumb old white guy from Chicago.
Steve Rogers says you look a century younger, though, Foster.
You do, man. You seriously do.
Yeah, it's good to drop 102 years, man. Wait till I dye it.
It's good.
Dye it like the color of Shree's hair, man.
It's nice to drop
oh my God.
pounds worth of beard, right?
PJ almost freaked out, man. What? Dude.
That would look pretty crazy. You'd look like a metalhead, I think, if you dyed your beard black.
Yo, you definitely would.
Oh, dude, I'll do the mohawk too. We'll go.
Please. Dinner's on me. If you actually do it, I dare you. Dinner's on me, man.
Oh. So, guys, talk any football tonight? I lost for whatever reason. I was driving back up from out by Des Plaines, and my whatchamacallit went down. So I missed like 30, 40 minutes of the show.
Yeah, we were talking.
The Y2K or the
Y2K
full of crap, right?
Yeah, we talked some football. It was
5G. Yeah, that's it.
We're talking a lot of Caleb, and we were talking a lot of Ben, and all the same shit we always talk about. What else is there to talk about right now? Like these weeks are just
funny. I mean, here, do you guys see all the dumb rumors going around? How we're going to get all these guys? I'm going to save all this cat money, do all this crap.
Yes, cut, cold, trade, DJ, all of that craziness,
all over the place, man. Yeah, it's who's going to take DJ's contract and take all the money from us so that we can even use it towards anything, and then give us anything in return? Nobody.
I'm going to bow out for a second and let you guys talk.
Actually, one of the few guys they could trade, unfortunately, would be Cole Kmet.
Oops. Wrong.
I wouldn't want to do that, but I mean, Kmet could be a guy that you could trade to maybe like a team like the Panthers. Yeah, that's it. Fuck him. Oh, wait. Did I take Shorty off or me?
No, he took himself out for a minute.
I'm just gonna sit back and produce. Now that you're here, Foster, I want you to enjoy your time. I don't want to. I've had my rants. Let's hear what you guys have to say.
And just FYI, gentlemen, I gotta unfortunately cut off in about 10 minutes or so. I have to get back to work tonight, so I will sadly be with you all in spirit and thinking fondly of you, and watch the rest of the show tomorrow or something.
All right, get in everything you have to say right now. We'll graciously say goodbye to you in 10.
Hell no. I want to listen to PJ and Foster. Foster, I don't know if you caught Shorty's rant about how he has a suspicion that the league wants to hold down the Bears from being ultra successful potentially this coming year, because he has an opinion that it's for in their eyes, it's bad for the league if the Bears. And please, if I've misquoted you, Shorty, please clarify.
You have not.
I mean, I've had this thing, and I've been saying this since I was a little kid. My father brought it up to me, where it's called coast bias. The East and the West Coast are biased towards most of the teams in the Middle West. And he's been saying that's been going on since about 1970, when the leagues merged and when Monday Night Football became big. And I've seen signs of it over the last 45, 50 years, man, of what that act entails. I don't know if anybody else notices it or believes it, so it wouldn't surprise me, but it'd be really dumb, because the Bears are such a great ambassador, and you guys were talking about, we wouldn't even have the British Bears show if it wasn't for the 84 and the 85 Bears teams, because those guys probably wouldn't be Bears fans, because the Bears would have never been in London. So it just goes to show you that, and John Madden has said this himself so many times, when the Bears are good, the NFL is so much better. I mean, those are like his exact words almost.
Mike
Whatever's good for
Tirico says the
Bears is
exact
good
same
for the
thing like
NFL.
every time he's asked too, man.
Well, he got it from Madden, but it's true.
Yeah, for sure.
It's true. I mean, you look at, like, if the Bears are a good team and they're playing well, any team they go play, they're everything picks up for that team. I mean, even if it's a crappier team, because the Bears fans follow their team, they'll go to the stadiums. We show up. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. What's up, Armando? It wouldn't surprise me if they are trying to keep them down. I'm looking at that playoff game at spots going, I won't even go say anything about any of the calls or any little things here or there, minor penalties and stuff. You know, that game is just, to me, is still, and I've said this since the game, I'm like, Ben Johnson, you watched Campbell do this 3 years ago, and you did the same thing he did. You didn't learn anything from it. I mean, I was yelling at the TV. I'm like, we're going to pay for that. We're going to pay for not kicking the field goal in the first quarter. And we did. But the benefit of that even is, if they kick that field goal and make it in the first quarter, and they do the same thing in the third instead of giving them the ball back both those times, we never get to see that play by Caleb, because we win it with a 31-yard field goal in regulation.
It's true.
I mean, I would have rather have
true.
seen that. I would have rather have seen that, because I really think we could have played with Seattle. There's a potential there. If we get past Seattle, like, we win the Super Bowl against New England, which is what it should have been. I said that when the playoff seedings were announced on this show. I was like, man, if it would have been New England and the Bears, you know, the exact time later,
for the NFL.
It's what? It's 45 years ago, a couple of weeks where we beat them in the Super Bowl. That would have been awesome, but it wasn't in the cards. Did the NFL have anything to do with that? I don't know these days, man. I really, there's just too many things going on that always make in the back of my mind, yeah, it's fucking rigged. It's fucking rigged. Everything else is rigged. Why shouldn't that be rigged?
That's why I was saying before you came on, I think that next year that we're going to get more calls against us and less calls for us, because this year was kind of a squeak by year, that we had our moment and we failed on like you just exactly said, we should have won it on a field goal instead of losing an interception. And next year, I think we're going to have the target on us, not by the rest of the league looking to beat us, but by the rest of because it's an owners league, right? So the owners are not going to want us dominating the field. So the owners are going to have their takes and what they're going to say to the referees, to give the calls and take the calls and you know, pay them off in whatever ways. And I'd like to hear
sorry.
Huh? I'd like to hear what you have to say, PJ, about this. But by the way, Steve Rogers says, I'd love to hear your take, PJ, on what position you think the Bears need to take and why is it defensive tackle. But you can get to that after if you want to.
I don't have a take on what you guys are talking about regarding the thing. I already said that, remember? I'm good. I mean, I'm good with my answer. I think that, you know, the league feels just the opposite. I mean, Bears being good is good for the league.
I hope you're right, man. What do you think about this question to you from Steve Rogers?
I know Bearsky. I seen Bearsky originally ask that, and I hate to sound politically correct here, but this is how I truly feel. I think, given how the Bears are set up now, I look at Poles has been here for what, 5 years, maybe 4 years.
Only one, right?
4.
Yeah, 4
Or
years.
22.
Yeah. So if you look at it, he really didn't do a lot of addressing of the trenches. He's drafted one in but Darnell Wright. He drafted one in the first round. So
Well, trenches means defense too. He drafted 2 defensive tackles in the first or second draft. One pan, one, huh?
What round?
Second round. Zach Pickens and
right.
What's his name?
So the question was what the Bears going to do with the 25th pick, I believe. So that's first round.
Right.
So my thought is he hasn't really shown that he does that. Now Ben, on the other hand, comes in last year, and be it Ben, well, it has to be Ben because Poles wasn't doing it before then. They addressed the interior offensive line, much needed. They needed to address it. So because they addressed it right away, I think depending on what they do in free agency, of course, if they don't address it in free agency, I do believe it'll be whoever is better at defensive tackle or defensive end. If the defensive end is higher rated and still on the board, I believe they would go with him. But if, let's say, they both equal, if they both equal, I believe they would go with a defensive tackle because Dexter isn't overwhelmingly performing. I mean, he's doing okay. And we probably lose Billings. Turner is kind of hurt. I think he's more of a defensive tackle in there. I know Bears kind of been planning at defensive end towards the end, but I think he's more of a defensive tackle. Then who else do we have? We don't really have no defensive tackle help. So that's why I say
Dale would be the only one, and that's an experiment as well, basically.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, they're really hurting at defensive tackle. So I think that would be the position they would go with. I mean, again, it all depends on what they do in free agency. Billings, I think Billings kind of underperformed this year, Bearski. I think, he's up for free agency, if I'm not mistaken. And if the Bears keep him, I guess they would have to give him a pay raise, which I would think they're not trying to do. So, yeah, Turner would be back, but Turner being back, we don't know what you really have in him. Because, again, Dennis Allen runs a different sort of front four. So he doesn't necessarily require the quick defensive end coming off the edge. He's more of a guy who he likes his defensive tackles bigger. So if he plays Turner there, what you going to get out of him? Maybe 4 or 5 sacks. I just don't see it. So short answer, I think it'll be a defensive tackle.
Is in terms of prototypes for
first pick, Shree?
Yeah. I'm with PJ on this.
Defensive tackle?
Yes. So PJ, I am asking about the prototypes for Dennis Allen's scheme and what he likes. I'm thinking about the DT he had in New Orleans. The name is escaping me now, unfortunately. We'd actually talked about him maybe 3-4 weeks ago.
Cam Jordan?
Maybe. I might be also referring to Rankins.
He's a defensive tackle.
Yes. I'm talking purely about defensive tackles.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because I'm with you on this. If all else being equal, DT is where I would go first round. If that's what you said. I think I took that from what you said. And do you think he's looking for people who look and measure at the combine with somebody like a Sheldon Rankins. He seems like that's the name that I keep on hearing, that this was exactly the kind of guy Dennis Allen wants on his trench.
Yeah, I think he wants the bigger defensive tackle. I think he wants the bigger defensive end. I mean, if you look at Davenport that he took when he was in New Orleans in the first round, you have I think he wants one big defensive end, and then a guy who's probably a little bit quicker, because I also seem to remember him taking Khalil Mack on the outside when he was with the Raiders. He took Von Miller, I believe, when he was with Denver. So he has the quickness on the guy, but drafting at 25, I don't know if you'll find that elite type of pass rusher. That's why I say, all being equal, if they're both evenly ranked as far as their position groups, I think it would go more so with defensive tackle.
Would you trade up? Let's say I'm speaking all hypothetically here. Would you trade up if that defensive end who is a game wrecker was available at, let's say, 13? Would you?
I'm so against trading up, because I think that's why the Bears are where they are right now.
Oh, I agree.
They have spent too much time trying to trade up and do these other things as opposed to truly building through the draft, where you can try to get guys where you're at. Pick the best player. I mean, the Bears should have spent so many years picking the best player available, as opposed to trying to trade up to get quick fixes. That we should have a stockpile of draft picks by now, as opposed to where we're at.
Well, we should look at what the Bulls did. Somehow they got 14 second-round picks in 2 days.
Yeah, NBA is different because you only have 2 rounds, so I get it. But
yes.
I just think, and I've said this before, that I think the Bears pretty much shot their shot probably a year too early in that draft with Caleb and Rome in that first round. That was a good opportunity. I mean, even if let's say you still went with Caleb, I mean, fine. Why didn't you trade down from the number 9 pick and try to grab more draft capital? Because we're kind of hurting right now. We need a safety. We need a defensive tackle. We probably need a left tackle. We need a defensive end. I mean, we have all these positions that we need. So what are we going to do? Sign an aging Hendrickson from the Bengals, and he's come in here and give us what Jared Allen gave us when he came here? I mean, how are we going to fix that? No. We're going to give him all this money and get what? So that's what I said. I think we really shot our shot a year too early. I really believe that.
I also think we got lucky, extremely lucky with. Yep. Sorry, Foster, go for it, man.
No. I was going to say, at the time, though, we didn't have any wide receivers, man. We had DJ Moore. That was it.
I agree. But if you think about that, Foster,
it's
what I'm trying to say is, even let's say you would have traded back to 15, and you would have picked up a second or something. At 15, you still could have got Brian Thomas Jr., which was he's a pretty decent player. I mean, I'm not saying it's a perfect. I have a perfect answer. I'm just saying that I thought we still needed a lot of areas to address, and we could have took advantage of having 2 top 10 picks by trading down and getting more.
I get it. I think Flu's hurt us more than we know, because it seems to me that Poles is willing to work with his coordinators and his head coach regarding players that they want. So I think Flu's had more say so in some of these guys that we took on defense, and maybe I'm wrong. It's just the way it appears. I mean, I look at this draft, and then I look at both the drafts with Flu's going, what's going on, Poles? Why? I mean, I know you made some nice picks there, but it appears these first few picks are just nothing but gold hits with Luther Burden and the tight end. And, so I mean, and then the guys that Dennis Allen wanted this year, we don't even know what we have because we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them. So we don't even know we really don't even know what we have there. And my feeling is this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Right.
But I keep telling people, because people are like, oh, we could do all these re-signings and everything. And I'm like, okay, let's start back on the road to Ryan Pace, where we keep kicking the can down the road. We're going to pay somewhere else for it. So my thought is this: after witnessing what Poles kind of pulled off last year with grabbing guys that were, for lack of a better team, not on a team or tossed out or kind of on the scrappy, we've got to repeat that. And then we've got to come repeat this draft. And then it's also like, start looking, I'm like, some of these guys we got to look at if we can get the right price on them, because I keep thinking, I'm like, don't spend a ton of money in free agency because we're just kicking the can down the road again. And then by the time we got to sign Caleb, this team's done, because we're not going to be able to pay everybody because we're going to have all this money owed. So
we'll have to pay Caleb, Rome, and Luther all within like 1 year, right?
Don't forget about Wright. Don't forget about
that's
Wright.
True. That's right.
That's going to be a huge contract. So my thought is this: is like, in this draft, we do go defensive end first, unless one or two guys just happen to be in the right spot, and one of them would be a defensive edge, and the other one might be a cornerback, believe it or not. But defensive end, and I'm not going to throw defensive tackle, and I'm not going to even throw an edge rusher in there, because I think we really need to address more the safety position, the linebacker position, and the left tackle position, because we don't have a proven left tackle that's going to be on this team next year. Not today, not as of this moment. I mean, I really like the kid that played with Ozzie, the guy who's the left tackle right now, coming out of BC, because if you pull something like that off, maybe, and I don't know if he's second round. I think that'd be something we'd get in the second round. I wouldn't object to trading this pick 25 back and picking up another second. Literally, if we can pick up a second and a third or a fourth, and then maybe another third next year, because we've got to do what Paul said, and we haven't done it enough, and that is build through the draft.
What's up, Samo?
What's up, Samo?
Possibly get a left tackle, get another left tackle. Now, because we don't know if Trapil's ever going to even play again. To be honest, with this injury, the guy might never be the same again. We're going to have to sign Wright pretty soon. So why not go out and spend some more capital on a tackle? Because I believe Ozzie could play either side. I don't know if you guys remember this, but we were sitting here after the draft, and I went and I looked at his film that night after the draft last year when we did the draft, and I sat here, I go, there's no doubt in my mind that Ozzie Trapil could be the starting left tackle. It took 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks.
Yep.
But he did it. And we all sat here and you can go back to that show. And I said that, and everybody shut up because nobody had any confidence in it. And I just basically went off of his film, because it's real. Ozzie's film was so boring, and you probably heard this. It was so boring. That's what made it so great, because nothing ever happened when he was out there playing right tackle. So why can't he play right tackle in the NFL? He's better at left. I'm just saying, if there's a problem with Wright's contract and we got money issues, because we're going to have to make sacrifices at some point. It's all the good teams got to do it. All the teams that got the $50-60 million quarterback, and we're going to be able to pay Caleb 70. Watch, he'll end up getting $70 million a year.
Let me be clear here, Foster.
You've got to be prepared for this stuff, and it's long term, and it's
10 years, $700 million.
Yep. Let me be perfectly clear here, Foster. If the Bears
10 years,
let Darnell Wright go because of his possible salary, that'd be the biggest mistake the Bears can make. You don't want to give away a franchise offensive tackle.
100%.
I'm not saying you're gonna, but you might have to. You might have.
You don't want to. No,
they have.
You don't know what's going to happen. You got to be prepared because you're going to lose guys, man. But at least you can hopefully, unless the Bears get screwed, like the Bears get screwed, recoup some capital. Why do you think? Why is San Francisco so consistently solid? Why are the Rams so consistently solid?
Because they got a good left
tackle. The way they do things.
And a coach.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, to me, letting Wright walk or trading him away is the equivalent of doing the same with Caleb. You don't give away a franchise offensive tackle. You just don't. Now, if he's demanding a trade, that's a totally different conversation. I mean, demanding a trade is one thing, but just for salary cap purposes, if you got a stud quarterback, a stud offensive tackle, and a stud defensive end, those are three positions you do not give away.
What if
In my opinion.
What if you draft a tackle and he happens to play as good as Wright? Now
I'm
you've got a great problem. I'm just saying.
No, I'm fortunate enough because I know I need two good offensive tackles.
Especially if they can swap positions, right? Left and right.
Hey, as long as I mean, if I have two, man, cool. Now, if you're talking about if I got three great offensive tackles, that's another conversation. But I currently have one.
Come back.
We almost had three going in
two.
next season until we lost Ozzy.
Yeah, I think
who's the third?
I don't know if I would put him in a great category as a left tackle. I think he'd be probably better at right. I think his short arms is a problem still.
Ozzy's?
Yeah. I think his short arms is a problem, but hey,
what are his arms? What are you talking about? What are his arm? What's his arm length?
32 or 33, I forget.
Get out of here. I have to look this up now.
Okay.
So did we keep Wright at right tackle last year because we trusted Braxton? Was that the thinking last year? Or sorry, when we drafted him, was that Braxton was going to be the man at left?
Well, I think they were going to just see where Braxton was at this year, and he wasn't healthy at the beginning of the season. We all know it.
Sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm referring to when we drafted Darnell. Did we stick him at right because we believed that Braxton was the answer at left? That's what I was wondering.
No, I think because Wright played exceptional at right in college, so
absolutely
that's why they kept him there.
Absolutely.
33 inches. Yeah. Ozzy Trapillo.
Which is the bare minimum acceptable these days. If you look at bare criteria, that's the bare minimum for a tackle.
The bare minimum.
That's my dress shirt size, man.
32 and a half. Remember we did this on the show? I measured my arm length based on the actual arm length, and it was like 34 or some shit. And I was like, wow, I could be an offensive tackle in this league. We did that during the draft. Remember that? And this guy's sitting here at 6'6" with a 33-inch arm span. Or arm length.
Is he 6'6" or is he 6'8"?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. He's like 6'8" or 6'9".
6'8", I believe.
You know what that means, Peach?
He's listed at 6'7" or 6'8", 315 pounds, and the guy's 350. He ain't no 317.
You know what I'm talking about, Peach?
Man.
The size of your penis?
He's probably got like 4.5-inch hands too, huh? Right? What does that mean?
Hey.
Wasn't that, if I remember correctly, wasn't that arm length what made Big Cat Williams so? Was it his arm length that made him actually
get around him? I mean, that's for whatever reason guys couldn't get around him.
Let's look that up.
What?
And I asked because I recall him blocking more than a few field goals as well. They'd have him out there on special teams, if I'm not mistaken.
He was pretty tall.
Yeah, that too.
34 and 5/8. Big Cat Williams.
That's solid.
Yeah.
6'5", 302 pounds.
Which is actually like pretty small given today's standards, man. 305 pounds, pretty small.
Totally 10 and 5/8 inch hands.
You talking about Big Cat?
Yeah.
I just think we have to be prepared for anything because I'm worried this is going to be like the 61 Hawks or the 85 Bears where we just don't get back, or the Lions a few years ago. Even Campbell said, he goes, that was my best shot to win the Super Bowl.
He was right when he said that. I definitely agreed with him.
You don't know how lucky you have to be to get through the season. There's luck involved with it. With the people that we picked up, I mean, this team is never going to be the team that it was last year. Never. I'm not saying it won't be better, but it's never going to be that team again. We all know it. So I want to be prepared, and it's time to start building through the draft completely. You can only do so much in free agency. We spent all that money last year. Now look where we are this year.
Couple questions.
I know somebody was saying the books are going to be nice and clear in 28 and 29. Yeah, but how many guys are going to be on the roster?
I think
are we going to be needing 20, 30 guys again? Go ahead, Peach.
I think that With the offensive line coach saying that he really likes Karan Armagachi, I'm curious to see if that can work out. I'm not saying it will. I'm just curious to see whether or not it is, because if the offensive line coach really likes him, hopefully he can give us something. But to the original question again, who do you think the Bears going to take at 25? Your top edge rushers will go before 25.
It's from what I hear, it's a pretty deep draft for defensive tackle and defensive end, though. So we could get one there.
But your studs normally go within top 10. Your Myles Garrett, your Von Millers, your Khalil Macks, they go top 10.
It comes down to how many quarterbacks are on this draft. I don't know that. I know that the Heisman Trophy winner from Indiana is going number 1, but after that, quarterbacks, I don't know. But if there's 5 quarterbacks or 4 quarterbacks in this draft, that's going to push the.
I think it's already been determined that they only have really one good quarterback in the draft this year.
I know you got a roll, dude.
Yes, gentlemen. So nice to talk to you guys again. PJ, really good to see you as well, man. And Foster, glad you are looking younger. Keep with the trimming more and more of the beard off so we can see your chiseled face, man.
Yeah.
Couple more weeks, I'll be back to the horseshoe, man. A little more sun in the sky. I'll be back to norm.
Good.
Get the head, get the horseshoe going, widen the beer brat pea stain out better.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. And Shorty and all of you, thank you all again for. Thank you all again for letting me join you all. This was an honor as always.
The pleasure is ours, man. Have a great night. Thank you for joining us again. Much love to you and yours.
Likewise, man. We'll catch up soon.
Poor bastard.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all.
Love you, man. Stay safe. Get to
Take
work.
care. Bye-bye.
Get back
Thank
to
you,
work.
sir. We'll do.
Go to work. Go to work.
Steve Rogers is saying, Foster, why do we need to build through the draft? So that we have long-term consistency, Steve. That's because we don't do it. We don't have long-term consistency in Chicago. It's Glenn Morgan always says it. Yeah, every 20 years or so. And you look at the timeline, 63, 85, 2006. This past year. Was this our 20-year run and we get nothing else? Because that would be the norm. I'm just saying.
I know. I want to get back to this question.
Steve's.
Rick Gonzalez, my man Rick, says the better poll question would be, would you rather have had Rome or Verse? Oh, let me put that as a poll. There we go. Thank you.
PG and I were talking about Verse going into that draft. We wanted him. I remember it. Correct me if I'm wrong, PG. That was our guy.
You are correct.
You are correct, sir. May I have another?
So I have this problem. Last week, my keyboard stopped working on me for my. It's a wired keyboard, not wireless, to my Mac. Stopped working on me, so I took the fucking thing and I snapped it in half over my knee. Remember that? And I was telling you guys that, and I was like, I'm not doing a show tomorrow night. Like, screw this. We're like, well, okay, we'll do it. Carl's like, I can set it up for you. We'll do it. I'm like, the next night I was like, yeah, I'll join you. Well, I'm back to like using my Mac right now, like without a keyboard. So I have to like extend myself to talk to people. So I'm going to get to this poll right now where you guys talk.
What do you think? What do
you
think
said
about
you said all that to just let us know that you're going to not talk while you do
right.
Thank you. Yes.
We'll take care of this, Pete. We'll just get rid of him, man.
Just pull me if you want.
I was going to do it, but I stopped myself. So no, I like because we do have problems at the defensive tackle position. I mean, we can all agree on that, correct? The three of us?
Yes.
I see him talking about it in the chat. So I think a few of us are on that page where that is one of our major concerns is defensive tackle. I asked a question earlier because I couldn't get on here. So I asked a question earlier. what are like your 5 top positions that I mean, what are the most important things what do we need to get fixed on this team? I mean, I have answers myself, but what do you think, Peach? What are the 3 or 4 positions that are critical that we fix this year? Because I think they're all on defense.
Well, me personally, I think there's probably 6 positions that need to be addressed.
Okay.
Defensive tackle, defensive end, safety, uh, offensive tackle, linebacker, and running back. Now, do I say all of them belong in the first round? No. But I think at some point in the draft, all 6 of those positions have to be addressed.
I agree. I moved defensive end to my last position there. I don't think I just look at what Sweat did this year. He was so consistent against the run and was in the backfield a bunch. I know he had 10 sacks. I was hoping for 12, 13, maybe 15. But that's hard to do when you can run the ball up the middle 30% of the time and not even have to deal with the defensive end on a pass play. And then looking at that Rams game, man, did you guys see how many times that he was doubled? And I'm talking about Booker.
Yeah,
It was continuous in that first half. I don't care if they started out with the tackle. I saw a couple plays where the guard broke from his man, turned around, ran around the tackle just to keep Booker away from the quarterback. So I mean, they were double. McVay knew who to stop. He knew who to stop on passing downs, and it was Booker, dude.
Yes, this begs the question: why do we need to talk about trading valuable first-round picks away for a Max Crosby when we have one in the building that is developing into becoming a Max Crosby?
Well, I agree with you, Shorty. I don't think we need to make a trade at all.
I don't either.
I still think we need, in my opinion, we still need 2 more defensive ends. Now, I say that get one in the draft, get one in a free agency or whatever, because to me, and this is not Dennis Allen talking, because Dennis Allen I hear likes the guy. I'm not a fan of Dale, though. I don't think Dale gave us anything as a defensive
never was
defensive end. Maybe he's better at defensive tackle, but for defensive end, I don't think he's that guy. So we have 2 what I consider good defensive ends. I think we need 4 good defensive ends. So you have a good rotation. That way, when Sweat or Booker is out the game, you don't lose a lot of production. Sure, you're going to lose some because those guys are probably the starters, but they shouldn't drop way off like we have had this past year.
I got you, Pete, and I agree with you. I just think that we're not going to trade for Crosby. We're not getting any of these big names because we don't have the money for it, first off. Not this year, anyways. And there's other options, man. I mean, Tryon Shrinka was the best defensive end run defender on our team statistically. That's a guy I look at possibly bringing back if the money's right, because we've got to look at that money. I even made a dumb comment the other day. We were talking about linebackers, and I said, hey, I know it ain't what you want, but you could bring Sanborn back for about $1.5 million. That's a pretty good deal, just to fill the linebacker room out. I know he's not the speed guy, but all he does is make tackles.
I think.
I'm not saying.
I think what we have to keep in mind is what player works in the system. Sanborn's a good player. He's very instinctive, but because he lacks speed, that hurts him in this defense, especially because Dennis Allen preferred, like I said, bigger defensive ends, bigger defensive tackles. So he needs that faster middle linebacker to go sideline to sideline. So therefore, I don't think Sanborn would necessarily work. My opinion. I ain't trying to act like I'm an expert or anything, but those are my reasons for saying that.
That's why he wasn't on the team. But I mean, I've got to look at. I'm like Poles, dude. I got to look at every option because I just don't want to see us get into a position where it's like a Pace thing where 2-3 years from now we've got all this massive money because we structured all these contracts and we can't sign some of the guys that we are going to need to sign.
Hopefully,
that's really my whole thing is. What about Chris Williams, bringing him back? I mean, there's guys out there that you can get on the right deal And I really think the draft is more critical this year than at any other point in time.
It is. But who is your? I think that your replacement to Jack Sanborn is Ruben Hippolyte. He just hasn't. He's not there yet. Like he'll be there next year, I think.
Or DeMarco Jackson.
DeMarco Jackson, we should definitely bring him back on the right. It's going to be a decent contract. I don't see why they wouldn't do that, because you've literally got to get rid of Edmonds just to pay your draft picks and just to pay your draft picks and your practice squad. You've got to get rid of Edmonds. That would leave us at about zero for free agency. How many contracts do we want to restructure and push that money down to 28, 29? We're going to need the money to resign people. I'm just
so you're saying you're saying we're going to get rid of it's Chicago. Hey, it's Chicago.
Yeah, I think
he did not earn his money in my eyes. He didn't earn a salary in my eyes.
He had 5 interceptions this year. He got injured for a bit and kind of.
He started off really well. He started off really well.
He played his best season. I disagree with that.
I think he started off real well, then he faded off, and the problem is him being owed $17 million, and we can release him and save $16 million. So
that's I didn't know that. Okay.
I think it's a 4.
I'll take DeMarco Jackson.
Yeah, I think it's and then even with Swift, I think Swift is gone too, because we owe him $8 million, but if we cut him, we save $7 million.
Swift's gone.
It wouldn't surprise me either, because that would give us a little bit of money for free agencies, and by little, I mean literally after signing. If we go with the draft picks we have now, and we don't pick up anymore, and then the practice squad, I think we're minus $5 million now. What is it, 14 million or something like that for Edmonds? I don't even think that's going to cover all of those costs, because I think that's like 16 million. So even if you remove Swift and you get that 7 million back, that leaves us 3 or 4 million for free agency.
Hey,
I say restructure Tooney, because that's probably going to be the best guy that you can restructure and not get a ton of money killed on the cap. And at a certain point, he's going to retire anyways, and you could still probably break that money up and kick it down even further, but in smaller increments.
Tooney's got 5 years left. And what about I didn't want to get into this, but because
34, dude.
I wanted to say, if Manangai is our feature back next year, but we draft a running back that adds the lightning to his thunder, and now he becomes the Manangai of next year, who has a limited role, but Manangai has a bigger role, more of the Swift role, which I would have loved to see this year. That's question one. The second question is, I lost my point. It was regarding Tooney.
We could see him at left tackle for part of this season.
Tooney, I think. Oh no! It was Komet. Can you restructure Komet's contract?
I'm sure you could, but I think it's $11 million. I don't know what the savings is to run it down the line. I actually, what really stunk was when I looked at all this, I'm like, Komet's probably going to be the easiest guy to trade, get something back in return for, and keep a bunch of money. I'm not saying to do that,
right?
But I could see it. There's a couple teams out there, one of them in particular, man. And we've got a relationship with them. Komet going to the Panthers, it would be just what that offense is missing. Just what that offense is missing. I don't want to see it.
I'm PJ on Komet, man. I'm homered on that guy. We drafted him. We developed him. He's from Chicago. I want him to retire a fucking Bear. I know some people. I know Rick Gonzalez, my man here, hates fucking Cole Komet, but I love Cole Komet. Like he took a lesser role this year and didn't even complain. You heard not one word out of him that he took a lesser role, and he caught that touchdown in the Rams game. They should have won the fucking thing. Cole Komet to me is a staple of the future, and we need that 12 formation, and he is a part of that. I don't want to see him leave.
Oh,
I know it's possible, but
if I may, I agree wholeheartedly with Shorty, and I'll simplify it and say this for me. Us on the brink of possibly winning a championship. it will suck to get rid of a guy who's been here and make him miss out on the opportunity of winning
Grew up
a
here, grew
championship.
up a Bears fan.
Yeah. And yeah, I would hate that for him. I really would. I mean, that would really suck.
That would be my Justin Fields, dude. I'd be harping on that for the rest of my life too.
I totally agree with that. But again, I'm taking the blinders off, looking at every option. Because he's not a Poles draft pick, right?
Right.
I'm throwing it all out there. I prefer to see Komet here until he retires.
Me too.
Because he's got that character about him that's just a positive thing on and off the field, man. I loved what he said when the season was over. This team will never be the same again. I think that's kind of what he said right away.
I love how
we worked all year. There is no carrying over. We start from scratch. We go into training. We start from scratch.
I love how the next day after that loss to the Rams, Ben Johnson called it last season. And then somebody said, well, how are you going to build on this from, what are your plans on building on this? He's like, building on what? It starts over again from zero. And nothing else matters after this loss and the end of this season. It's a new season. It's a new team, new players, new fucking general manager, assistant general managers, I should say, new fucking everything. There's a lot of positions that are going to change from the management down to the final player that they sign in as a UDFA. It's going to be a different team. And Ben, is going to be able to pull it all together again. But there's going to be, 70% of that's going to have to learn the offense all over again. And he's going to have to rely on some rookies that haven't done it before and blah, 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 blah. And it's totally true. Him saying that just proved what a fucking great coach he is, because he just came out of last season, the day after, saying last season. He called it last season. And that's exactly what it is. It's last season. It's over. It's done. It's over with. The next season begins today, and we're talking about this season, not last season, yesterday. I love that about Ben Johnson. That is the ultimate sign of that we have a true head coach. And really quickly, I want to get to Alex's My Name was saying, we just need to figure out this season. We only have 11 guys signed through 2028. This goes along to what I'm saying. Third fewest in the NFL. We have plenty of cap space to sign Caleb and pay guys after next season. Thank you. Excellent point, Alex, is my name out. Thank you.
I think that the thing that you have to remember about Ben is he takes his time about trusting rookies. Rookies got to earn his trust. So even the new rookies coming in next year, they will have to earn his trust. So I don't expect him to play the rookie starting off the bat. And I think that's why Braxton Jones started as opposed to Ozzie Trapillo or Theo Benedict, because he is not just trying to throw rookies out there. So the rookies have to prove that they can handle it, then he keep on giving them. And as far as my nun guy, I don't know if he's a bell cow type of back. I think the way he runs with that power, explosiveness, you gonna have to, monitor his snaps, because he's a little guy, and I don't know if he can take a full workload. I know you said, the guy, the third down back with the lightning come in, but when you that lead guy, you tend to get more carries, and I think he was at his limit with the amount of carries he got this past year. I hate to see him get much more because of the way he runs so violently.
I get you. I get you, Paige. And I've been saying this all year. I wanted to see him on the lead, though, not starting the game with Swift. There was too many times where, they're going to run Swift off the left side, inside gap scheme, and he's not going to get much. But Manon guy would have got there. I mean, there's just too many times too many plays I could say, man, if that was Manon guy, we would have got that first down. And it's nothing against Swift. That's not his forte. Matt Forte, by the way.
I was saying that the entire Rams game, Foster. Like,
I've been saying
run
it.
the
I've been
fucking
saying
ball,
it since,
run him more.
look on the show. I've been saying it since the season started, literally. Because no, I shouldn't say that. I think it was week 5 when they put him in there finally. Because I had him on my practice team for 6 weeks, going, when are you going to play this guy? Because I know he's going to do good. And of course, I get rid of him because I have to. Because I've got half my team injured. And then what does he do? He has 110 yards or something. But I said this, man, going back to it's on this show, is he was kind of more of my Montgomery, whereas Swift was more of my Herbert, and Swift would have been 10 times better doing the Herbert role than Herbert was, at least 5. And Monongai's not going to be the back Montgomery was, in my opinion. He's not going to be that guy that took all those carries. But if they started off with him in these first and 10, start the game. Okay, you're going to run Swift inside gap. Yep, -1 a yard. Whereas Monongai would be 3 yards. And I'm not even saying I'm right, but I'm just going on what I saw. So I said that all year. Please come off the field. And I know Swift gets the money and he's got to be in the field, but please start Monongai. Have him run the first play, not Swift.
Same thing, my friend.
I mean,
like, why not more Monongai, please?
I don't think he can handle it. I mean, honestly.
Go, Peach.
I don't know if he can handle it. I mean, I like Monongai. I do. I like him. He surprised me. I just don't think he can handle much more of a workload.
I'm not saying
the way he runs so violently, I think he'll be hurt. I really believe it.
It's like, what's his name in Kansas City? He ran violently for a year, didn't do crap this last year.
Right?
3 times.
PJ.
Pacheco.
Foster.
Pacheco.
PJ Foster. Chat. Name me another running back for the Chicago Bears who ran violently. Violently. With no injuries in his career. Missed one game.
Hayden?
Yes.
Different NFL, brother.
No,
yeah, you can't.
It's no,
different players, man. You don't have players like that.
No, it's not.
You don't have players like that no more.
Dude, no. Who carries the ball 40 freaking times a game for 14 games? Nobody.
No one.
Oh my God, guys, please. The one game that he carried the ball that many times or close to it, he had 130 plus yards. What was it, the Raiders when Swift was injured? He had the game, he had the ball the whole game, okay? Listen, I'm not comparing him to Peyton, but I'm saying, like, you can't just assume because he runs with violence that he's going to get injured. Like, he runs offensively. That's what Peyton did. And yes, sadly, it ended his life because he ran it so violently that it caused his own injuries, that caused his own life. However, he never missed a game in his career. He missed one game in his entire career. What was it to
is this Don Burr, man?
Forgot what it was.
Look down. Is this Don Burr?
I don't think so.
Kneecap biting with Motor City. Greetings from Lions country, gentlemen.
What's up, Lions fans? Thanks for
smoking Jeremy B. That's what it says on the
no, that's
smoking Jeremy B.
No, that's definitely not Don Burr. But thank you for joining us as a Lions fan. We appreciate you.
Thanks for popping in.
Listen. Just for the record, kneecap biting with Motor City, like we have supported you as Lions fans because you have been kind of in the same boat as us, and I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, man. I wish you all the luck, man. I'm sorry, but I'm not that we took your best the best weapon that you had on your coaching staff, and I'm thankful for that, and so I hope that you got to enjoy this season kind of from afar. Most likely,
thanks for joining us, man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us. Most likely pissed off that we took your head.
Quit babbling, Shorty.
I'm
we didn't take anybody. Ben chose to be here. They can say whatever they want. He chose to be here.
Mm-hmm. He says in this draft coming up, the Kyle Monongai in this draft is Chip Trianum of Toledo. Oh, that's a good name. Chip Trianum.
But again, when you look at Monongai, he's 5'8", 200 and whatever pounds.
5 pounds. That's Walter Payton, 5'8", 205 pounds. Like, what are you looking for here?
Walter Payton was 5'10". So in those standards, in Payton's day, he was a bigger back.
Yeah.
Monangai is a smaller back with going against bigger defensive linemen.
And bigger linebackers and bigger safeties.
Yeah. So
Monangai,
cornerbacks.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, only thing I like the guy. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I just think his body won't take much more of a heavy workload.
I'm not even saying to increase his workload, Pete. All I was saying was this. He needed to be the point back coming out of the beginning of the game. Certain situations, instead of having Swift in there when they know they're going to run it and they're going to run Swift, especially if it was an inside zone scheme that they're running, I would much rather see swapping those out and having Monangai in there. That was my whole point with that. And we need another running back. What is Britton Brown? I like Britton Brown, but what is he?
He's more of a power
exactly know yet.
Kneecap biter, as we say around here, fuck Green Bay, which is FGB. He's saying fuck the Packers. Fuck the Packers, fuck Green Bay. We both agree. That's great.
I switched it because I started doing FTP myself. Because there's a few good people in Green Bay, even with their disabilities, that they're Packers fans. There's still some good people there. Mm-hmm. So I switched it to just a Packer myself. I went with FTP.
Nah, we're all FGB around here, man. Fuck Green Bay. Although Ben Johnson did say in the post game, "Fuck the Packers," which would be FTP. See? I don't know. It's debatable.
Whatever.
I don't disagree with you, Cliff. I don't disagree with you that that Monangai is a good compliment to Swift, but I don't believe Swift is going to be here next year. I really don't. What do you guys think? Do you think Swift's going to be here next year? I don't
think he will be either. Really quickly, I want to get to Kneecap biting because Kneecap is coming off as a really nice. I love when fans of other teams come in so respectfully. He reminds me of O'Toole. O'Toole was a huge Lions fan and came in here respectfully. And we've got New Breed 313, Lions fan, a friend of ours, been on the show with us before. And I just want to say thank you, Kneecap biting, for being so respectful. Saying, I will say, Caleb Williams, congratulations on passing Eric Kramer as the Bears passing yardage leader. And Kneecap, we actually had Eric Kramer on the show a couple weeks ago talking about this, which was awesome. So I really appreciate your respect and much respect to you as a fan of your team. And thank you for joining us tonight, man. Really mean that. And
smoking Jeremy B, because that's his thing on the logo too, which is Kneecappers. He was drinking out of a Lions mug, and we all commented on that, as a matter of fact. I was going to say, there was some good stuff in there. Anybody who's a Kramer fan, whether, Bears or Lions, go back and look at the first 30, 40 minutes of that show, Kneecap, because there's some cool stuff that Eric Kramer was able to talk about.
Yeah. And
especially if you're a football fan.
Especially having played for your team too, Steve Rogers says, fuck Green Bay unless there are kids that are present, then it's Green Bay sucks. Kneecap saying Chip Terranium was a 4-star running back by ASU, transferred to OSU where they made him a linebacker. Then in Toledo, he finally went to get his start this past year. Wow, that's great info. Thank you. Maybe you guys will draft him.
Relative?
Hopefully we will. All right, you guys talk. I'll be right back. I have to help my wife with my dog.
Maybe Geranium will be the replacement for David Montgomery in Detroit.
That could be. Pete. You never know.
Yeah.
I haven't done my homework that I normally do. I'd probably looked at about 15 players, and they're mostly defensive tackles, couple edges, safeties, linebackers, offensive tackles. That's really all I've looked at as we start to get ready here for the draft, since we're in the middle of February. And I haven't even I know you've been busy as crap too, man. So you probably haven't looked at any guys out of these games that they just played. I didn't look at nothing yet.
Nothing.
Just bits and pieces of film that I was able to catch here and there because I have a list of names. It was like if I saw something on it, that's the only thing I've looked at, man. I really want to look at some more guys because I really think this draft is another critical draft. We're not going to do a ton in free agency. I just don't see how we can without causing problems somewhere else. Everybody's talking about how we got all this money in 28 and 29. Well, if we got 11 guys on the roster, we should have plenty of money. But the problem is then you've got to sign 52 more. So don't count on having that money in 2 or 3 years when you're looking for 50 players.
Right.
Not to mention the guys that we're going to bring in, whether they're draft picks or somebody on the team already that maybe steps up and you give them a little contract for 3 years. So you can't count on this future money until the season's over prior to it because you have no idea. It's like I believe at the beginning of last year before the draft, oh, look at all this money we're going to have next year too. We don't have crap this year. We're minus 4 or 5 million right now. So it's the bigger picture. It's the bigger picture. Steve Rogers is saying, and I really got to start looking at this, man. I got to get some time to do this. Foster, I do think the linebacker class could be legendary. So many elite athletes that could make a name for themselves. I haven't looked enough, Steve, but I have looked at some stuff, not a lot, and then I've checked out some videos, some stuff I really don't go by, some I do. But there's a place out of Washington. There's a podcast in Washington, D.C. Can't remember the name of it, but they do a lot of player reviews, and what they said was this draft is going to have so many graded draftable players that it should be a good UDFA class draft too. Because a lot of these guys are going to have draftable numbers and not get drafted because there's not enough space for them. So that hopefully that helps us too. I mean, Poles has been pretty decent. Seems like he's got 1 or 2 UDFAs every season, Pete. You go back, Sanborn. There was another guy in there too. I can't remember. Bajan. I mean, just go on the years, man. Britton Brown, Dajay Walker, the wide receiver, Walker. I mean, that's 2 from last year alone. So if we could do that and get 2 more next year that end up on this team producing, that's where you're going to fill out and get rid of these money problems. Because you cannot build a team on free agents. And we sure spent a lot of money last year, but it was critical to do it because we didn't draft the way we should have drafted, even though Poles has taken a large amount of offensive linemen every single year he's been here. And people are saying, oh, why haven't he drafted offensive linemen? Go back and look at how many guys he's taken over the last 3 drafts.
I think kneecap biting with Motor City is a credited guy who's going to be on the field for the combine, I believe he said. So he's going to, so right here, he says, I get to go credentiated to the combine. Written 24 draft profiles already. So he obviously has some knowledge on the draft picks or the draft prospects, I should say.
Hey,
so congratulations on that.
Yeah, a kneecap. Is that where we find you and get to see your some of the reviews, or is it just all written that you have for maybe a publication or something? Because I see that at kneecap biting with Motor City. Is that your YouTube channel, or is there some way we can look at your information, man? And I'm just asking.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that, we need to get a better control of this spending. But to answer your question, you did answer it with the that is my podcast channel on YouTube. But here's the thing. I mean, kind of off topic, but on topic. The NFL needs to get a hold of the spending or the contracts of the quarterbacks. Again, I say that I believe no one player should make more than 10% of the salary cap. you're crippling teams who have to pay quarterbacks all this money to where they can't have no one else basically on their team. You're crippling them.
Absolutely
agree.
Absolutely, Page.
Yeah, and Shorty might not be wrong. Or with I'm sorry, Foster, it was you that said the 70 million. Yeah, you might not be wrong. I mean, Bears might have to pay that much money, and that's ridiculous. How are you going to pay anybody else? And you're going to have to pay him. You're going to pay Darnell Wright. Then you may be paying a defensive end if you've gotten one by then. But other than that, you're going to be bargain shopping at all the other positions.
Agreed.
And I just don't. That doesn't go along with the concept of long-term sustainability.
It doesn't.
Does not go along with it.
They need to do a bit. They truly need to do a better job of, man. They really need to address it, in my opinion. Address that salary issue. That's really crazy to me.
I was unaware of that, and then I'm going, what do you mean we're minus $4 million right now? We got nothing? No, we're minus $4 million. And I'm like,
we're minus $4 million, and we're still paying a rookie quarterback.
Right. That's look at what Seattle's got $98 million to spend right now, and they just won the Super Bowl. $98 million this season.
Man,
that's insanely unbelievable.
That's why they need to do a better job of getting a hold of these contracts, man. This is just ridiculous. How much are they paying Sam Darnold? Is it 33? Am I correct?
I don't even know. I don't know. I knew Sam
Not
Darnold.
much.
I knew Darnold, and even the kid from the Giants that was on the Colts. I knew they were better than everybody was giving him crap for, man. You could just see it. I mean, Darnold, go back and look at his rookie year with the Jets. If he had a team around him, they could have won 8 or 10 games that year. But he didn't have
$33 million
crap.
a year.
And then it just got worse.
So that's love. $33 million a year. That's what I'm saying. Compared to these other quarterbacks who have not won a Super Bowl, getting paid the amount of money they're making.
Jordan Love, Allen. I mean, all those guys are making what? 50 million, 45, 50, 48, $50 million.
Over 50. Over all of them over 50, I believe.
Well, Prescott's the highest. Is he 50 or 60? Is it?
He's 60. He's 60.
See, now how can anybody even disagree with me that in 3 years we're going to not pay Caleb 70?
That's what I'm telling you. I mean,
very
that's why
likely.
You really need to get a hold of these contracts.
Yep.
Like, hey, whoa, let's bring that back. And I'm not trying to stop people from, pursuing, wealth, but in a league or a business where you have a salary cap, you have to rein that in. Now, if it was no salary cap involved, pay a guy as much as you want to pay him. But because we have a salary cap, I believe no one player should make more than 10% of the salary cap.
Could not agree with you more. Bearski broke that down, man.
One of the biggest things is our defense. We were the 5th highest paid defense in the NFL. We sure didn't act like it most of the season. Sure didn't act like it.
Man.
By the way, kneecap biting. I just looked you up. I can't find you, man. You said you subscribed, Foster, because I would like to.
I got him right here, dude. I found him.
Send me the link so I can subscribe, because
this guy's can't even look kneecap up himself. I'm joking, dude.
I want to support him, man. Like, honestly, it means a lot to have. It means a lot to have someone that's a fan of a different team to come in here and be so respectful. And I will easily subscribe to a channel like that if you have one. So, Foster, if you have it, please share it with me, and I'd like to subscribe to it too.
Well, I want to thank you. You look at your phone and see when I need you to send me a link. You ignore that.
I think
you ignore half of our shows you're supposed to be on. What do you want from me? You make me forget about you.
He also sent you a link. Kneecap did. To answer Phil's,
it's in your text too. Sorry, go ahead, Pete.
But Cliff's point about arguing that with the union. That union has to realize that, I mean, instead of trying to get one player paid, I mean, you have to, as a union, you got to look at the whole body. So if you limit the amount of money one player can make, you're now allowing more players to get paid, as opposed to, I got for an example, $100 million to spend, but I got to spend 60 of it on one player. So now the other players aren't going to get paid as much. So if you have to change, they have to change their way of thinking on, hey, yeah, it's nice for players to get paid, but if one guy just makes it, in my example, 10%, 10 million, and then the other players can make, I mean, you won't have guys making like only 50,000 in that example I'm talking about. I know that but you can have that guy who would be making in that example 50,000. Maybe he can now make 2 to 3 million. So you letting everyone else make more money as opposed to just the one guy making so much money.
That 10% that you're talking about, Pete, I think it's going to be like that's going to be like 38 million this year. What's I mean, it's not enough. I got to have more. But here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing too that takes me off is because the only ones paying for this are the fans. That's what takes me off is the common man can't even go to a freaking game. And as soon as the Bears get a new stadium, I'll probably never go see him.
Me either.
Never go see him.
Me either. Because it's a fucking 2.5 hour train ride if I can even take a train there.
Not even that, Shorty. The tickets are $500 now. What are they going to be at a new stadium? 1,000?
So they're not going to allow people to park there?
Who knows, man?
Who knows? I'm sure they will, but my sister got a whole map. She sent a whole map of the area over there where they're looking and everything. There's like a church there. And she's like, oh, the football field's going to be right in Chicago, in front of the Chicago Bears Public Library, and there's a grain storage thing there. And then she's got this other map. She's got this other map from like downtown. There's a huge bridge that goes right across the lake to where the new stadium's going to be in Indiana, man. It'd be 40 miles out over the lake. Hilarious.
I've got two things here though. Steve Rogers emailed us.
Stever.
He said, I love to join the show, brother. Just another Bears fan that loves talking about the Bears. Steve Rogers, please. I'll respond to you here shortly. You can come, please join us. And then kneecap biting Lions fan here says, so I have a question about the future of the league, if you would let me. Yes, please. Kneecap, let us know what your question is. We'll bring it up here shortly.
Did you guys see he covers 3 teams?
No,
he covers 3 teams. He writes for 3 teams in the league: the Lions, Jaguars, and Buccaneers.
Wow, cool, man.
Very interesting. He kind of that's like
just subscribe
like my buddy Vinny from the bar room. He writes for 3 different teams too, but it's hockey.
Just subscribe, man. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you subscribe to our channel as well. It's a pleasure to have you joining us tonight. It's amazing to have respectful teams, fans from other teams joining us talking about Bears and being able to have a really good conversation with this man. So thank you. Really.
So his question is, next CBA, the league is going 18 games. Should they go to a 20-week schedule with 2 bye weeks?
Wait, what? Next collective bargaining agreement is 18 games?
That's what they're going to go for, I believe. He believes.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Right.
The answer would be yes. You have to make it an even amount of games. When it's an uneven amount of games, I don't like it. Like, I don't like 17. I'd rather be 16 or 18 or whatever.
But he's asking, should they have 2 bye weeks?
Yes.
I just hope they don't do it. And 20 games, man, you would have to
20 weeks.
For a lot of other teams that aren't NFL teams, 20 games is 2 seasons.
20 weeks, 18 games.
Right, 2 bye weeks takes up 1 more week, so you go from 18 to 20.
And then what? 2 preseason games?
Pretty much.
What is the shit about preseason?
They might, if they're going to do that, they might as well just go to 20 games and have no preseason because the first 4 or 5 weeks are preseason anyways.
I know we've talked about plenty.
Well, my bigger concern in this topic, Kneecap, is I think the Bears not the Bears, but the league ought to increase the rosters. So if you're going to have the players playing 18 games, allow them to have either 55 or 60 players on the active roster. That way, when guys get hurt, uh, you don't have to try to always manipulate putting somebody on the injured reserve and all these other things. Just man, you got 60 guys on your active roster, man, let somebody else step up. That's an issue. I mean, to only have 53 guys on your active roster and only allow 46 to be dressed, that's not enough players. With as much as concussions are a problem and all these other injuries, that's too much going on, man. You need to expand the roster to where you can take in a lot of that injuries per se.
Yeah, and I love what Tony's saying is because if you're going to do that, expand the roster.
That's what I just said.
Well, I wasn't listening to you because I was talking to chat. Sorry.
He just laid this all out, and we already put that stuff up.
Well, if they're going to do this, they have to expand the roster. Yeah, great idea. Tony says because they need to expand the roster because of injuries.
I just think it's all freaking greed. It's all greed.
Steve Rogers.
I'm paying attention, Tony. I'm sorry.
They only dress 46, I believe. It's not 51. They have 53 active roster. 53 players on the roster, but they only dress 46.
Dress 53 and have a six. What's the total roster?
Total roster is 53.
53.
No, with come on, the fucking
practice squad.
Yes, thank you.
Practice squad, you have 16 players on the practice squad.
Okay, so 53 plus 16 is what? 71?
No, 69. Isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, whatever. I'm bad at math.
Okay, 69.
I just was wondering, though, is that you guys? Is that 46? Does that count because you're able to keep that third quarterback dressed in case of emergency? Does that?
Yes.
I don't know if that got approved though. I know they were trying to get that approved. I don't know if that went through because I think Case Keenum was actually on our active roster of 53.
And Tony's saying NFL screwed the Bears out of 2 picks. We talked about this last week. I thought it might happen.
It's not official.
But they better make a fucking case for it, guys, because there is no reason why they should be screwing us out of picks.
Owners meeting is coming up here pretty soon.
Unless they are scared of us.
I'm not even going to comment on that anymore until we see what happens, because if they do deny him, if I'm the Bears, I get an attorney, I go in and fight that. Any attorney could win that in a court of law too easy because it's not a lateral move. Assistant general manager, general manager. I know it's based on the wording in the contract.
Rooney Rule, everything else involved with that.
I mean,
I honestly think they ought to get rid of all of it.
Matt Ryan admitted it. He said that Ian Cunningham will be making the football decisions. He don't know nothing about the draft, has nothing to do with the draft. He's going to sit in there and try to learn. He's not in charge of the draft. So again, he said that so they're going to have the owners meeting before the draft at some point, maybe at the end of this month, sometime next month. They're going to have an owners meeting. I'm sure it's going to be brought up there. And I'm confident that Bears will get the picks back. But yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. But it's not official yet. It's the point I'm making. Yeah. It's not official that the Bears have not being awarded.
I understand that.
If any team's going to get screwed, though, it's going to be the Bears.
Exactly. It shouldn't have to be sitting here this long on the fucking table to make it happen. It should be we get two fucking comp picks right now, because that's what happened when we lost when the Chiefs lost polls to the Bears. Did they get at least a comp pick for that? I'm sure they did. I don't know the answer to that, by the way, but they should have. And I believe they did. So why are we fucking talking about this? Why? By the way, thank you for joining us tonight, Anthony YFX. Thank you for joining us tonight. Why is this even a fucking conversation? Clip that.
Because Anthony brought it up. You asked. I just answered it, man.
It's like
Well,
K-
my
KC did
proposal
get
is
two
this.
third-round
it
picks.
should be we get the comp picks. That's it. End all be all. It's happened before. It should happen again. You're not going to fuck us out of it because of what? Why? Because
I want
you're
you to look
afraid
into
of
this and listen to this because I've been
Right.
talking about this. My father started talking about this in the 70s. In the NFL, there is coast bias. The East and West Coast are biased against teams in the center of the country. And it is teams like the Lions and the Bears. Unless you're the Packers or the Dallas Cowboys, it's all the rest of the teams in the middle.
Exactly.
Check into it. See if you come up with anything to
So
even
then
make me disagree with that.
So
Coast
hire
bias.
some lawyers to prove that and go, listen, you're
They
trying to
got
fuck
lawyers
us out.
on. They got lawyers
And
on.
then you better have some lawyers that go, and by the way, while we're fighting you on this, you better not turn around and put in referees in the games that are going to not give us the calls and give us the opposite calls and fuck us over when we're trying to win a goddamn Super Bowl because you are afraid of us. This has been my point for years now. The NFL is afraid of the Chicago fan base of taking over the NFL, and they fucking damn well should be. They should be afraid of us because we dominate the globe. Why? Again, 85 Bears.
And Tony Moy's got the correct response for you, Shorty. Billionaires don't care about you.
No, Cliff has the best answer. There's no ruling yet. Nothing to appeal or sue for yet. We'll find out in March.
Waste any more breath on this speech because we don't even know anything yet.
That's my point.
It's all just talk. It's all just talk until there's a decision. So,
but there shouldn't be talk. Is the point? This decision is made. It's made. It's been done. It's happened. It's already done. It's two comp picks. Why are we talking about it?
You're going to sit here for 10 minutes and rant and rave, and then next week they're going to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to give the Bears the comp pick."
Well,
so
because
I'm just saying, we don't need to be wasting our topic on this. It's all freaking Anthony Y5X's fault, and I just kind of answered it. That's all.
There's no reason for us to even have this conversation because it should have already happened.
My suggestion for the roster is, again, no one player more than 10% of the salary cap. Should have 55 players on the active roster, and all 55 players must be active every game. If a player is injured, you can take him off the active roster and replace him with what I would say one of the 15 practice squad players you would have, and therefore every game day 55 players is on the field. 55 players are out there. That's my solution. So you're not paying a lot of money. You're not paying like 60 active roster players. You're not paying 20 practice squad players. 55 active roster players, 15 practice squad players, but all 55 dress, because when injuries happen, we had 55 guys in which to replace them with or substitute with, because you got 55 guys active. That's my answer. That's my solution.
I agree. I think more active.
You just raised ticket prices 15% more, though.
But that's what I say. If you go with that by taking down the number, because the salary cap is still going to remain the same. Salary cap is going to be the salary cap. I'm just saying, okay, no one player gets more than 10%.
Raise it.
But I'm just saying, salary cap is going to be whatever it is. But now instead of paying 53 people out of that salary cap, you're paying 55, or in this case 70, because 55 and 15. So you're paying that, but now more people get more money as opposed to the one guy getting so much money.
I agreed, but the fans are just going to pay for it all in the end. It's like everything else, man. That's the problem.
That's what happens when you love football.
Yeah. Well, the sports losing the wrong run. Look at the rest of the sports. They're making all this money, but now they're having all this problem with income, which is total crap because most of the owners have it, and you got a few that get hurt by it.
Well, you start losing viewership, and that's when I said earlier. I don't think he was here, Foster, but I said earlier, because of the NFL's trying to put their games behind all these
Yep.
paywalls. That's ridiculous because even when you get the NFL ticket, if the game is on a premium thing, you can't get it
No.
on that. Am I correct, Shorty?
No, absolutely.
Wait, say it again.
If a game is on like Netflix or Prime, you can't watch it on the NFL ticket, correct?
Correct.
So that's
Yeah.
on. I mean, so NFL is really alienating a lot of people because a lot of people don't have all these paid services. So
They're
they're going to
doing,
be like, you know what? I don't need to watch the NFL. I'm
they're
going to start
doing
going
what,
by the. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I don't even watch the NBA no more. It's like,
me too.
where can I watch it at? I don't even watch it no more. I
Dude,
really don't. Besides,
I don't watch the NBA.
NBA.
I don't watch the NBA anymore because of that. I don't watch the NHL anymore because of that. I don't watch baseball anymore because of that. Because it's
So-
just not in my budget to shell out $60-$70 a month to watch 4 games or 6 games or 10 games or 15 games.
Listen, you're going to get me off on a rant, but I'm going to keep it short because I've done this before.
Oh crap.
When you subscribe to NFL Sunday Ticket, you are not getting every game that you. So let's say you are a Bears fan and you moved from Chicago to California, okay? Or like me to Atlanta, and you subscribe to NFL Sunday Ticket. They do not give you every single game. You only get the games that are if they're broadcast in your area, you have to have a local channel to watch that on. Like they're on NBC today in Atlanta. And if they're broadcast locally here, they black it out on Sunday Ticket. That's one game lost.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Now every
worth it.
fucking 3:00 game, every 7:00 game, every Sunday night game, Monday night game, Thursday night game, now Friday night game,
Friday
now
night
Saturday
game.
night game, they block that out from Sunday Ticket. So the $500 that they want to charge me,
That's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
end up getting less than half the games.
That's
I get
crazy.
basically for the 100th time. I will say this: they should call it NFL Sunday at noon ticket. You only
That's
get the
crazy.
noon games, man.
Yeah.
You only
That
get the
is
noon games.
crazy.
If it goes at 3:00, it could be broadcast locally on your NBC station, but you have to have NBC. So, like me, I gave up all. I started using just streaming services for years. I was using them, and then
They took
they
that away.
fucked us because and listen, I love Netflix. Okay, when I subscribed to Netflix years ago, when they were giving you discs in the mail, and all of a sudden you were like, you could return a disc and get another 2
I
discs.
thought that was Redbox.
No, it was Netflix.
Really? Wow.
Netflix
Okay.
started it, dude. It was I'm talking about back in like 2005, 7 or something. Like
Yeah.
that's when I first subscribed to Netflix. You would go, I want to watch these 2 movies. So you'd put in your 2 movies, you get 2 discs in the mail within a day. You
Wow,
watch your
okay.
2 movies, you send them back. A day later, you get 2 more discs. Discs
Well, we know
back.
where his mind's at, Paige.
That's what she said. And then you're watching your 2 movies, and
Good night, everybody.
you sign up for your next 2 movies, and you put your discs back in the mail, and you get your next 2 movies back in the mail a day later, and you're watching the next 2 movies, and then they started to offer streaming, so you could like watch all this streaming stuff on top of the discs you were getting in the mail, and then
Oh.
all those companies that Paramount, MGM Studios, Disney, fucking
I'm glad this is a
everyone.
short rant.
I'm gonna short.
Yeah, no contract.
I'm almost done. Let me finish.
I just had to mess with you, Shorty. Go ahead, bro.
Then they were like, oh well, we're gonna get our dick in the market on this. Thank you, Steve Rogers, with the fucking dick in the dick in the pick here, right here. Then they were like, oh no, we want our money. So they stopped delivering their product to Netflix, so they can't stream it or send you discs anymore. So Netflix then was forced to create their own product, aka Stranger Things, all that stuff that you guys know about right now. So they were, all those companies decided we're going to do the same thing as you. And I talked about my wife about this like 15 years ago. I'm like, one of these days, Netflix is going to be like $40 a month, and we're not going to get any of this content that we're getting right now. And we both are like, yeah. And here it is. We're sitting here. It's happening as we speak. And so now it became, everyone got rid of their cable bill because they were spending $200 a month for cable or satellite television because they could get Netflix for $7 a month. And then it turned into $25 to $30 a month for Netflix. And then everyone else bowed out to give them their contract or their context for Netflix to make their own platforms from. Fucking it's not NBC anymore. It's Peacock and NBC. It's name it. It doesn't matter anymore.
Paramount.
It's
CBS.
It's been taken
Hulu.
over because everyone
ABC.
got their dicks into the game and
Well-
said, we have more money than you, Netflix, and we're going to take you over. Meanwhile, Netflix is now buying up HBO and this and this and that. Hopefully they can bring it back to us and make it a little bit cheaper, but they're also adding commercials to the shit. And now they're adding the NFL games to it. It's like, it's a never ending cycle of greed. That is just, it's shaking. It's turning us all upside down and shaking the money out of all of our fucking pot. There's one more penny left in there. Come on.
I'm out of breath.
There's that last penny.
BJ's out of breath just from Shorty talking so much.
It's disgusting, man. And,
It is.
and now we have to have 15 fucking platforms to watch the games, even though we pay $500 a year to NFL Sunday Ticket to get 8 games.
You guys want to know the big one? So you know what the NFL has set up in the last contract with the networks? They can void this contract out and make every game pay-per-view in 2029, even though the contract runs till 2033. Did you know that? Clip this.
Know it now.
And the real thing to do would be to just offer you to buy the subscription to your own team.
That's what they should do.
I only buy NFL Sunday Ticket for $500 a year. Well, this year I didn't, and it turned out
that'll hurt them though.
It turned out good for me because the first 6 games were all on prime time, and only one of those games was not, which was the Lions game for the Bears. And I just happened to be home for that game in Illinois, and I got to watch that game with Sean Sierra at his watch party, Sports Zone Chicago. Check him out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m.
My
or
car
10
blew up
a.m.
that day.
Central Time, 9 a.m. Central Time. Love Sean Sierra, great guy. But I got the first 6 games were not part of that. I would have lost all that money. So I finally signed up for NFL Sunday Ticket, like with 12 games to go, and I got like a discounted price for like $280 instead of $500. So I gladly did it. But next year is going to be different because the games they're not going to be aligned like that for me, and I'm going to have to spend $500 fucking dollars to watch every game, most likely. And it's just ridiculous, man. Like, if I'm going to pay you $500 for every game, you better fucking goddamn well give me every game. Sorry,
Steve Rogers, I love you, bro.
I hate to know how long a regular rant would be. What do you say? I hate to know how long a regular rant would be if this would only be a short rant. Can't time a rant.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, what in the world? It's either this is a short one.
You know what? There's a great bit by the comedian, the guy from Boston, the comedian. Come on, guys.
Bill Burr?
Oh, the guy who smokes and drinks?
Bill Burr. Yeah, he says.
Oh, Bill Burr.
Yeah. I went to a place and they made me a sandwich, and I said, yeah, I'll take mayonnaise on it. And then they gave me a package of mayonnaise, and I said, well, what are you gonna do? What am I gonna? I paid you to make me 100% of the sandwich. Make me the fucking sandwich. Put the mayonnaise on my fucking sandwich. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm paying you 100% of my money for 100% of the games, and you're making me pay 50% of that money for other streaming platforms to be able to watch those games. Fuck you, NFL.
You already had your rant, bro.
Okay, I'm
You
done.
can't go into part 3 now.
I'm done.
You don't get one
no.
next week because of this even.
Right.
I've said
Quite.
quite.
But I will
right.
say this, though. I think
I've done that rant 100 times, so I apologize.
so. If the NFL gets to the point where you only pay for your team, if your team don't make the playoffs, are you going to be interested in the playoffs?
Nope.
Because you got to pay for the playoffs, right? I'm not going to be paying to watch somebody. I mean, so I think they'll be hurting themselves. Their product isn't that great to where, oh, we just want to watch football for the sake of watching football like that. I'm like, we're rooting for our team. I mean, I hate it when Bears are up by 40 points and 8 minutes left to go in the game. Well, let's go to another game that's closer.
Yeah.
No, I want to see the Bears finish out this 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I hear you. I hear you, man. You're right.
I'm like,
Stand
so
that crap.
yeah, I'm not trying to watch somebody else. So yeah, I think that'd be a bad idea on their part. But I mean, I agree with Foster also that yeah, I know it's greed. I know they're trying to find ways to make more money, but I think they're really hurting themselves by doing this. Is the point I'm trying to make. And at some point, they're going to realize it, whether before it happens or after it happens, but they're going to realize that, hey, we're hurting the viewership. I mean, even if it's the whole what you have for the halftime entertainment.
Quite.
I'm like, I don't speak Spanish, so
Right? I'm like,
Wow.
I have this Rosetta Stone that my Spanish Rosetta Stone that my wife bought me like for $550 like 10 years ago. And I promise her, I'm like, I will learn how to talk Spanish. And we had like, I live in Atlanta. It's like mostly black, no Mexican, no Hispanic, and so I just like I just kind of forgot about it. And then we had Hispanic neighbors, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could learn to talk to them right now. If I would have just used that damn Rosetta Stone, and
made me feel like I should have went back to I should have finished that high school Spanish class. I'm like,
exactly,
come on, bro.
me too.
Me too.
Here I sit listening to this halftime
2
show.
years,
I'm like,
dude.
that damn Rosetta Stone that's just
I know nothing.
collecting dust in my shelf right now would have come in a lot more handy right now if I could just listen to this halftime show and understand it.
Yeah,
you probably
just
didn't
think-
want to.
yeah, I don't. I just think I mean, maybe I'm just an old-fashioned American, but I'm like, come on, bro. Come on. That's all I got to say about that. I don't want to
I mean-
get canceled here, so let me just keep it politically correct. But yeah, let's just.
There's a chick on YouTube that laid out the lyrics. She translated them, a Hispanic chick. She was out there translating the lyrics to his songs, and I was like, because he was singing stuff like, I'm going to bend my legs over so my good boy can put it in. And then they're humping. You didn't know about any of this? And then
Armando, is this true? I know
there's guys that are like butt fucking broads, and there's 2 guys grinding against each other on the. This was on the TV, guys. I don't know
Right.
how.
When the halftime show started, I changed channel.
Armando,
of it.
I know
And
he's
turned it off because I'm
Armando
like,
is
okay, at least
Hispanic.
let me give this guy a chance. And then I turned it off. And then when I read all this stuff from this chick today, I'm going, that makes sense. That's why people are pissed about it. Because if it was in English, they wouldn't even have allowed it.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
He had to clean up the lyrics, and I don't think he did a great job. I don't know everything exact. I'm just, if this chick was right, those lyrics.
Well,
are
I heard he was
disgusting.
in trouble with the
It's
FCC.
nothing I want like any of my friends that are like churchgoers or my kids to watch for sure. And I don't even want to watch it. Where guys are grinding and humping each other. And
Yeah, I think.
it was bad, guys. It was bad. And on Good
Yeah,
Morning
I've
America,
seen
it was such a
feeling.
good show. That was so nice. No, it was garbage, more garbage. Halftime's getting worse every year.
Kneecap says, sorry guys, I have officially became a paid journalist while you've been going. I hope that's true. Good for you if it is.
You can get a lot of stuff done during a short rant.
Man,
Armando, though, I would love to know what your interpretation of the halftime show was, because I know you might have talked about it on Sports Zone, but I've been muted because I couldn't listen to you guys. So from what I've heard,
You muted him tonight.
as Steve Rogers said, where was it? Somebody said, MC Fecht said that it's been said that the lyrics were awful. And I don't know, but
to say the least.
Well, I mean, and here was another thing. He's like, "Oh, America, America." Well, they panned the stadium, right? And the national anthem comes on. He sits down and he's sitting there talking and he's ignoring the national anthem. I'm just like, so these are the kind of people that we have. It's our country's anniversary on top of it. It's our anniversary here. 1776, it's 250 years old. And to go, I know Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but there was just too many other good options. There was too many better options for this halftime show. And it's just, again, it's really another narrative. It's just another narrative.
Agreed.
So I blame Goodell and Jay-Z and everybody in charge of the halftime show because I can't remember the last good one. I think the one where Dolly Parton was in was kind of okay, but I mean, I'm going back. I just don't know.
Well,
Kneecap is saying one of Bad Bunny's songs was about he doesn't want Puerto Rico to become a state. Oh, Armando says it's true.
Yeah.
I think, and I feel that no matter what nationality you are, if you're performing a halftime show in America, you ought to speak English.
I couldn't agree more.
It's not about race or nationality. It's about where are we? And I don't know. I mean, certain things, man, this just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I know America officially don't have their own language. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I thought we do now.
No.
They don't officially have their own language, but
I know we haven't.
But again, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I want to get off into that tangent, but come on, man.
Do one of short rants, Pete. You got about 10 minutes. 15,
you got about
20?
10 minutes.
I know, right? These things, I don't think. I mean, like Tony Moye says, it don't need to be political, man. I mean,
that's
really
what I
doesn't.
don't like.
Yeah, just play the game.
No political crap.
Play the game, bro.
And the English thing, I totally agree with you, Pete. My grandmother's family came from Germany. They all had to learn English. My mother's family escaped Mussolini in the 30s. They all had to learn. They all knew Italian. They all had to learn English. You assimilate to the culture you're in, man. And if you don't want to do that, don't come here. I don't know. I'm getting political myself. I need to shut the fuck up.
I know we're not
Quite.
on the show, but it seemed like it was political in a way, or whatever you want to call it. And like Kneecap saying, but I get why they had a Hispanic singer. It was to grow the sport in other countries. I understand that. I get it. But when you hear from people that speak Spanish, like Tecalate, aka Armando Lara Jr., saying that he agrees, like he understood the whole thing, like
because he's American,
but he understands the language. He knows what they're saying. Like we don't. Yeah, it's like then you
even that no political crap in sports. No political.
I lived in another country before, and because I lived in another country before,
Germany,
I didn't expect them to cater to my English speaking self. So that's I just believe that it ought to be expected that what country you live in, you speak their language or learn to adapt. The country shouldn't adapt to you.
Armando's saying, but it's a deeper meaning for that than for my grandson's father in Puerto Rico, and that's how he says they feel in Puerto Rico. And then he says,
they don't want to become a state.
Yeah, maybe. But
But we need to know what that's how they feel in Puerto Rico, because I think that's what he was saying earlier was that they don't want to become a state, and that was one of Bad Bunny's things. That's fine.
Maybe.
So take it up on a political field and not in the middle of the Super Bowl.
And there's what provinces in Canada that wants to become states.
3 of them.
And there's U.S. own countries that we own.
Islands.
That I mean, there's
We don't
Like
own them.
Puerto Rico. Yeah.
man, so many.
But someone who hates the United States and ICE didn't want to play her because his fans may get deported. I mean, I get it, Armando.
Well,
I mean, it's
just the stuff he says about this country. That, like, I'm doing it again because he's like 2 words in English, 3 words, suck my dick. Not during the Super Bowl, but in other music. I did a little look and just to see where this guy was coming from, because you got to look at everything today, man.
Cliff says some people made a lot of money from Bad Bunny playing. Is this
Oh,
wrong?
sure.
Then he says the halftime show was a political statement. And I truly believe you're right.
Absolutely.
I do not like sporting events becoming political statements. I just don't. I mean, I can understand if you want to. Well, let me be quiet. Can we move on to something else, please?
Let's just end the show because it's been 3.25 hours, man.
All right, what the hell are we going to do about left tackle, PJ?
Let's get to our
oh my God,
chat.
Tooney.
Kneecap, Cliff Victoria, Armando Lara Jr.
No. Let's not blow over him like that. Kneecap, it's great to see you hang out with us tonight as a Lions fan.
Oh, we already gave him all that acknowledgement.
Oh, I already did. We're ending the show, so we have to do it again. Kneecap, thank you for joining us. It's amazing to have a Lions fan of a team, a fan of another team joining us tonight. It's been an honor and a pleasure to have you with us. And then we have, of course, Cliff Victoria, who
sucking up, Shorty,
is a member. Fuck you, Foster. Steve Rogers, another member, man, joining us tonight. Chad Spieger, another member joining us tonight. We have a super chat from Alexa Merling 79. Caleb Williams has saved my life. Thank you for joining us tonight. Chad Spieger, member for 13 months. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Gave you
a member for
Heimlich or something. I mean, what did he do to save your life? Help me out. But no, I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, he saved I agree. He saved my life.
Bears, man. Maybe
he's my bucket list quarterback, man. He saved my life too, man. Come on.
I figured if I stay a member and you fire me again, that at least I'll still be involved in the show. Did I get fired again this week too? I noticed you just ignore me, and then Shree's always on taking my place. Or PJ's, whatever. Fine.
Foster.
Well,
we need him. Will never
fucking us off, Foster.
We will never fire you, Foster. Never.
Foster just fucks us off from week to week, so we need Shreeram.
For those of you in the chat, I want to bring this up. I know we're trying to end the show, but I want to bring this up. The other day, so I'm sitting in my office, right? And I cut on the TV and I put on, I'm a YouTube guy. Let me just put it out. So I'm just got YouTube on. And I started a new account. So it gave me suggestions on what to watch. So I said, okay, I'll watch cartoons. And lo and behold, Commander McBride came on. And I just thought about Foster. I kid you not. I'm watching the episode. I'm like, my buddy Foster. There you go, right there.
Quite.
You sure did. Quite. They got you locked in from your old one if they showed you that. They know better. You can't fool them.
I mean, no, different email, all that. That's why I was just like, man, so let me watch these cartoons. Lo and behold, that came on. I was like,
who's the email registered to, PJ?
I lied. So yeah, Foster, we can never get rid of you, bro.
Shorty gets rid of me like once a month.
You get rid of yourself. I never get rid of you.
I was sick of shit last week, and this week I let some people down, and I'm having some issues myself. And there was stuff that needed to be done 24 hours before I did it. So I bared down today and got everything done. Not everything. I got the important stuff done. But if somebody would have sent me a link like I asked for at 6:30, I would have been on the show the whole time. I'm just saying, Actually, I need to learn how to send myself a link. I don't even know how to do it. Because then I could just send myself a link on my phone if there's a problem. I'm on the show. Unless I'm in the bed dying. But we'll talk about that next week. Quite.
You, Foster.
Cliff, I'm not sure what you're referring to. That if I disagree with you, I'm happy to listen and discuss it. But I'm not sure what you're discussing. I really don't like talking politics and stuff like that. I don't, because so much division happens when people disagree politically. Even with the whole Hispanic thing, I mean, I see what Armando said about Bad Bunny refused to have concerts in the United States because Hispanics like Hispanic music, and he didn't want ICE arresting them. I get all that. I do. I get all that. I just, again, that's a rabbit hole. That's all I gotta say. It's a rabbit hole.
Well, I just want to end this on letting everyone know that I got my bucket list car this past week. Yeah, that's it right there.
Nice.
A 2014, not a 2013, not a 2015, not a anything but 1973 and beyond, but a 2014 Mustang this past week from Carvana, and that's my baby. And
I'll be down there next week to take it for a ride.
I'll let you drive it too, man. It's rowdy. It's rowdy as hell.
Man, that's like one thing I miss. I had 4 Mustangs and I miss a Mustang. Well, it's been my favorite car since I was a little kid.
There was no other Mustang for me but that one. My dad had a 73 Mach 1. It was I did the whole bucket the whole pros and cons. Buying a car that old would be like a museum piece, but buying a car like this, I could drive daily. I could drive it home to Illinois, go to work, visit you guys, all that jazz.
Nice.
Made it happen. It's taken 51 years to make it happen, but it finally happened, guys. And every day I hop in that thing and I just drive to get fucking ice cream. It doesn't matter. Like, honey, where do you want me to go? We need more diapers for the dog. Okay,
yeah.
I'm done.
But honey, we already have 3 boxes. I'll be right back.
Right.
This car has just made me one happy man.
Enjoy it, man. You've earned it. You deserve it.
It's all because of all the money that we've poured in from the BCP website. By the way, no, I'm just kidding. None of it.
So
this channel makes
so you're
no
minus money still.
No, this channel makes nothing. Just so you know. But everyone that contributes to it, it really does help.
We're here on Thursdays, whether anybody likes it or not. We're still here.
The contribution that all of our members have to this channel and everyone else that supplies super chats and stuff, it just keeps it helps to make the channel not cost money to keep it going. That's all. The rest of that came out of my own pocket. All of it came out of my own pocket, just so you know. So thank you guys for
they know us. 4 stars is on.
Steve saying, send me a link when you want me to join on the show. I'll talk Bears any day of the week. I got your email up right here. When I'm done with the show, I'm going to email you back, Steve, and we can have you on next week. How about that? Sound good? All right.
Duh. So yes, guys, thank you all for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. Thank you for your input. Thank you for being civil in the chat. Appreciate all that. And yes, we did have a super chat there, Cliff. But thank you guys so much. Truly appreciate it. Foster, thank you for joining your own show. Shorty, thank you for your many numerous rants. Truly appreciate it. Sensational.
No, I want to thank you, PJ, for joining your own show as well.
Hey,
It means a lot.
I told you, I'm always here.
In spirit sometimes.
I'm always around. I'm always around.
Quite regularly.
Emma saying another banger. Armando,
Appreciate you, Amos.
I just people on character, not politics.
100%, Armando. 100%.
Cliff saying, great show. I love you guys. We love you, man. Thank you.
We love you, man. I
Can't
love your
wait to
car
have
too.
another one of your meals. My
Love
friend.
your car, Cliff.
Yeah. What else do I have here? Did you see the end of what is this? Did you see my end of the show quote? No, what was that?
I'm gonna go all the way back on.
Decap? Oh, he says, did you swerve into traffic yet? It's a Mustang. Oh, you're a Chevy lover. I get it. No, not yet. No tickets yet either, man. That's not gonna happen. I'm a response. I drive 0 to 60 as fast as I can, and then I'm done. But it is he's saying my dream car, I rebuilt and made a mint on 79 hertz old W31 bought for $1,500. Wow, kneecap, that's fucking sick.
That's not as in
I
the show thing.
love those, man. I had one.
What's in the show thing is this.
Not the hearse, but I had the 79 cut with Supreme Brome.
Kneecap says, I end my show with one saying, try every day to be a better person than the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. I thank you for saying that. That's well said. And we agree. We agree. I mean, seriously. We always end the show by thanking everyone in chat and, just for being here with us, talking with us. Armando saying, when I walked into the practice field of Mexico, all I heard was a gringo, and this gringo when I walked on the practice field in Mexico, all I heard was this gringo that by the end of the day, end of the week, I was seen as a football player, not by my white skin.
Well, that's
good.
That's how it should be, man.
No, Armando, like you are awesome, man, and I love talking with you in Sports Zone every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I should probably just give a quick shout out for anyone that doesn't know. Like, Sports Zone Chicago is one of the best. It's the best morning show out there in Chicagoland for all Chicago sports. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every 9 a.m. at Central Time, 9 to 11, 10 to 12 Eastern.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Sean Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Love Sean Sierra, love Sports Zone Chicago. Please check them out if you have the time while you are working like me. Or not, and really would appreciate that. And great to see you in their chat if you do join them, and us, because I'm always there. Even if I'm working in a meeting, I'm there. Like, I'm like, hey, I'm in a meeting. I'm muted, but I'm here. I'm giving them a view. So great to see you, Armando, and thank you for joining us. And you and Patty, and I'll see you again next. This Friday, tomorrow actually.
Tomorrow.
And for everyone else that's given up their time to hang out with us tonight. It's been amazing, man. Thank you guys, man. And the newbies like Kneecap and so many.
You think Kneecap one more time, I'm going to take off your kneecap.
Kneecap. Here you go. You want me kneecap right here? It's right here. It's right here.
I cracked mine on a sprinkler in 1976.
Oh shit.
He finally found some of his weapons. He's been looking for them for 4 years.
Here comes the big black dildo. Watch out, guys.
Kneecap, bro.
Where's my shotgun? First time he wasn't looking for something. He found it. Go figure.
Busting out the big black dildo. Oh my god.
Hey.
And yeah,
Kneecap is
I'm
going to be
good too,
gone.
except during game day, it'll be like, well, the Lions are always going to lie, and just like they have since 1957. So you'll see it in your chat, Kneecap.
Cliff Victoria, Steve Rogers, Chad Speaker. Thank you for joining us. All of our members, man. We got a super chat from Alexa Merlings. Alexa
Merling 79.
Merling 79. Thank you for your super chat tonight, man. It's been greatly appreciated. Thank you. Chad Speaker for his 13 months of membership. Foster, you 9 months, your own channel. We have got a lot of members that have been here for a while, and we really appreciate you guys. Armando, your lovely wife Patty. Thank you for joining us. Atmos, fucking another banger. Love you, Atmos, man. Thank you for joining us tonight. Steve Rogers. Steve emailed me. I'm gonna email you back. He's gonna come on the show soon. Cannot wait to meet you, man. It's so fun when you have, chat members that are in the show for so long, and then they come on. You're like, oh, I get to put the name to the face. Awesome. Cannot wait for that. We'll have you on next week if you want, Steve. MC Fact.
The show taking a half an hour, just like his rant.
Tony Moy.
That quick, Beach?
I said the ending the
I
show
said that
is taking
quick.
Yeah.
You're half an hour that quick?
I'm trying to get through our chat, man. What are you talking about, dude?
They want to bend over Shorty.
I'm just saying, rush
Anthony
right in and didn't get a chance to eat nothing, and here you are taking a half an hour to end the show.
Anthony FX. FYFX. Oh, did I mention kneecap biting? Thank you for joining us.
No, he must be new. I've never seen him in the chat here before. That's the new just now.
I never heard Shorty thanking for being here.
Oh, Cliff Victoria, my man. Let's get to Mr. Mayhem too, who was here from the beginning. Thank you, my friend, for joining us. So you want to just end this then, Cliff? I
get called Foster. I get called Cliff. I mean, goodness gracious,
Minister Charles Johnson.
Wait, Cliff, do you mean members only or only fans? What are you talking about? Are you guys on OnlyFans? Well,
man, you're killing me.
Shorty might be if he's doing some stripping over there, but
I don't know. We have to check that White Claw. I gotta see what's in it, man.
Rocket Davis 6.
I'll send you decades of smoking marijuana can mess up your mind, Shorty.
Man.
Oh man. So no to saying goodbye to everyone. Games Guru, my buddy Steve Bearski, thank you for joining us.
Paulie.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you all to everyone.
Hey, Shorty.
Here.
I think you missed a couple of guys.
Couple dozen.
Well, you're trying to get me to quit early, so let's just do this.
Gotta need another 23 minutes, Peach.
Man.
All right.
But seriously, guys, thank you all for joining us. Appreciate you guys. Truly appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your memberships. Thank you all sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you and I love you guys and I want the best for each and every one of you in your life.
Ditto. Peace, love, and stay safe. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. We'll see you next week, man, whether you like it or not.
And Cliff Victoria asks, are you guys on OnlyFans?
He's a little behind there, Pete.
All right.
He didn't hear me.
On a 1, on a 2, on a 3.
White. Barely.
Bears.
We BCP, we BCP.